how's it going, guys? It's Friday. It's 10:08 p.m. Close enough. Yeah. But anyway, we're here to talk about the absolute best of 2019, and that concludes the best of 2019. I don't know how they do those jokes on Wednesdays, but anyway,
that was a good one though. I like that,
guys. Sorry, I had to hit the one gimmick once, but we got this wonderful chat over here, so I want to get to that. Then we'll get to the panel. We'll go into the actual best of 2019 here. So first in the chat, we have John's Comics with Kids. How's it going, man? Definitely one of the best in the community right there. And I know him and his buddy White Wolf Comics is also in the chat. They love those little gags for sure. So hopefully they'll be back on this Wednesday, or maybe not since it's New Year's. We'll see. But I know they'll be back soon enough on that awesome Wednesday show. We also have Rob Worst in the chat. He's got himself a heck of a live show going on his channel as well. So check him out over there. So there we go. I'm bringing in the gimmicks already. So there we go. So happy to see Rob Worst in that chat as well. And wait a minute. Thank God he's not lurking here. We got Perry Comics in the chat. How you doing, Perry? Nice to see you in the chat. And I'm afraid I've got some bad news. We got Chris Barrett. He's in the chat. How you doing, Chris? It wouldn't be a Comic Horror chat without Chris Barrett in that chat. We also got Old Wolf 65's back in the chat. How you doing, man? Got that cool Dead Man logo right there. And we got Rag718 in the chat as well. Next up, we got my buddy from Monday Nights, Discover Big Comics, JB. Definitely look out for his late show Disco After Dark. I believe he's going live at like 1 a.m. Eastern time. He's crazy, but we can't wait for that show. And we got Dragon Majesty. How's it going, Dragon Majesty? A new name in the chat for me, but hopefully he sticks around. We got Tommy Sharp over on the Facebook side. How you doing, Tommy? Definitely, if you guys aren't available on YouTube, check it on that Facebook as well, just like Tommy. And we got the Gray Man from the other side of the pond. How you doing, Gray Man? All right. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into our panel here. So first up, how you doing, Chad?
I'm doing good. I have no picks. I didn't pick up my books. Did you guys pick up your books today?
I didn't pick up any books today.
I did Thursday.
I'm picking mine up on Tuesday, so I just figured I'd just make it all, Macedon is in South Carolina, but I got a gimmick because I'm going to be the new king of gimmicks in 2020. And if you want to jump on the show,
King of Gimmicks,
you just send us an email, and I'll send you the link, and you can come on and I don't know, shake your booty if you want.
Don't do that.
Please do that.
I'm all about booty shaking.
Cat and I are on opposite sides of the booty spectrum.
Debate it.
Did you ever hear Rump Shaker? Do you remember Rump Shaker?
All I want to do is zoom, 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 you boom, boom, Chad.
I love that song. Rex and Effect. That's who it was, right?
Original Rump Shakers.
It's true.
All right, next up, we got Drew Manchu, baby. How you doing, Drew?
Oh, I'm doing, man. This is the first time I turned on my PC in like forever. Like I had technical difficulties. I couldn't get my mic working. Oh man, it was what the hell, man? What the hell?
All right, next up, we got Catherine Figures. How you doing?
Hi. I just smelled his drink. It's super strong. If you saw my face, hanging out.
It's super strong, like I am.
No, I'm good.
Smell
I'm
it.
good. New Comic Book Wednesday fell on Christmas, so none of my shops were open. But I got my books on a Thursday. And
That's a lie.
okay, so Mark got our books on a Thursday.
There you go.
Good job, Mark.
A super, super small week, and these are the only 2 books that I got. I didn't even bother with the Midtown for this week because it was basically just this. Peter Porker, The Spectacular Spider Ham, and Doctor Strange, Surgeon Supreme, both Marvel titles. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. I know the comic store as. Do you know where this is?
My wife sent me in here.
My-
This is what I'm supposed to find, and he shows him on his phone.
This is the picture I'm supposed to match.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is today's date?
Today's the 27th.
Yes.
It's Friday.
Oh,
Why are you asking Siri? We're here.
I didn't mean to.
Oh,
It just starts talking now.
okay.
Everybody's congratulating Kat on that secret variant on that Doctor Strange.
That's a secret variant.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
Mark picked it up because
on
he's
that
the
one,
greatest
doing,
husband
like,
ever.
the magical hand gesture on the surgeon hand, and he's holding the scalpel in the magic side hand there.
Oh, good job, Bab. I didn't even know about that.
Good job, Mark.
Good job, Bab.
Mark
Good-
rules.
Good variant.
They had
That's going to earn you at least 13 minutes out of the box.
No, of the hand.
no. I'm not kidding though. They had a ton of them.
But you know who else is awesome? We got the 16-time champ, the Great Legend Show in the house. How you doing, Great Legend?
Doing good. Just keeping busy with 2019 finishing up. We got 2020 on the way, and glad to be here on Off the Rails, man. A lot of business going on behind the scenes right now, man. Hashtag botany. But look, what else is new? What's going on, Carson?
Not much, man. So I guess we could talk about the rest of our picks of the week. Even though it was an extremely light week in the world of comic books, I actually went back in the past on the old DC digital app.
Well,
I was trying to finally read me some Justice League Europe of all things.
Little Animal Man, little Vixen, little Grant Morrison.
Yep, I had to get
Booster
it.
Gold.
Unfortunately,
Booster
this one was
Ted
not
Kord.
written by Grant Morrison. It was
The
Man.
device is connected.
thank you for that, Alexa, Siri, whichever
Alexa.
one that was. I think it was Alexa. But yeah,
Shut up,
no,
robot
it's
lady.
not written by Grant Morrison, but we still had Animal Man. It's such a
Still pretty good.
an insane read. Like they have a team, like Wonder Woman's on it, and then she's not even on the team by issue 2. But they have Captain Adam as the team captain somehow, and
He's
no
cool.
one respects him at all. You basically have a Wally West who is very reminiscent of the Wally West from the Justice League Unlimited series, except no one respects him at all. And for some reason, his hair is dyed blonde like Barry Allen's
Huh.
instead of redheaded Wally West. But you do have Elongated Man. He's a lot of fun. Him and Sue Dibney are great in it. And of course, Buddy Baker, Animal Man. The main reason I started reading that book to begin with, they lose his costume in the first issue, so
Dang.
that has to make him a new one. And then Metamorpho, he's a lot of fun too. So I may keep reading that. I think it's only like 14 issues. I read 4 of those issues so far. So a lot of late 80s, early 90s nostalgia. The Bart Sears art is it's a little hard to get through, but nonetheless,
Is the costume they give him the white and blue one?
Nah, that was he gets that at the Animal Man run eventually.
Yeah.
There's a story behind that I
Dang.
don't want to spoil for you.
Yeah,
Like,
don't spoil that one.
The Snyder Animal, as Rob Borst is pointing out, he says, check out Snyder's Animal Man, especially a story that the Rot toward the end of the run. Yeah, him and Jeff Lemire did a phenomenal job on the Rot World storyline. I love that one.
Love that one too, man.
Legend, did you get a chance to read anything this week?
I read this is really cool. And I'll talk about it during our topic and everything. But I did read chapter 1 of The Watchmen. I just watched the whole HBO thing. Just fucking 5 stars, man. Best shit ever. And I love The Watchmen. Love the alternate timelines and stuff like that. But yeah, I read Watchmen, the first issue of that, going back in time for a little Alan Moore action. And then I'm going to start watching the motion comic. I hadn't started watching it, but I asked Chad. Chad said it was pretty good. So if Chad says it's good, it's todos bien. It's all good. Ese, orale. But no, I didn't really read anything else other than that. I did download some stuff, though, to read. Well, actually, I take that back. I did read Saga issue 1. I'm trying to get caught up to the Modern Men's Saga. But I do got Comixology Unlimited now, thanks to Carson's, promoting that, and of course DC Marvel Unlimited. I got all the digital, man. That's how I roll with it, man.
Nice.
Digital for life, man.
All the digital.
Digital for life.
Awesome. Well, before we get into tonight's, topic of just talking about the best of 2019, I know Chad's been dying for me.
He's got an unboxing.
I have an unboxing.
Put that
got
big shit on the big
Comic Core. I
Click
haven't had a chance to open since I've been
Click
at work every Friday. So
Screen.
I already pre-opened it all nice, so I wouldn't have to, undo the tape. So I think all that's really in here is
The struggle busting.
There you go. I won't bust any. Oh my God! Look at this thing.
It's a
Oh,
Turtle.
shoot.
Go.
Look at those. Oh my God! Thank you guys. This is awesome. Oh,
Doesn't that look like it's coming off the cover of issue 1?
yeah, that's badass. There's
that
the back.
classic, man.
These are cool. I like it. Now I didn't notice the front trim and stuff as like a montage of like all the different styles and series of turtles there. No, this is really cool. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, no problem.
He doesn't have that grappling hook, does he? It's nunchucks, right?
Oh, these are freaking. He has 2 nunchucks, legend. There's Mikey.
Oh,
right
hell yeah. No bullshit.
there. No, that like, oh, kids are gonna put their eye out. Give them a grappling hook, ASAP.
Dude.
He has 2 nunchucks, so they can put both their eyes out.
That's legit right there.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's cool. I like this a lot.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you. I'll have to figure out a home for this. So you can see it. All right, get me off the main camera.
Oh, where the heart
You're
is,
not
man.
gonna turn green.
No,
Oh,
that was years ago. I have to just go. Nonetheless, we still got Chris Barrett in the chat. Rob Hoare still in the chat. He says, when Saga returns, it skyrockets the top of my reading pile every month. I'm thinking the same thing, but I love reading me those hardcovers. That's how I read it the first time. The second time I'm reading it digitally, but man, nonetheless, a phenomenal series. We got the Amazing Murphinator in the chat. Legend, I know you're a big fan of the Amazing Murphinator.
Murph, dude, I was thinking about him today because there's a lot of great folks that sell in these auctions. You know, 2019 was the year of the auctions, and Murph was one of the best independent salesmen. Of course, he was along the ride with New York Warriors and some of the other good channels out there. But man, always great seeing Murph selling some books and showing off some 9/8 slabs with that gold label, man.
Oh, yeah. And here's another one for you. It's the comic book G-Spot.
Oh, yeah.
All of Robert Galvin.
Oh wait, well, since everybody's in the chat, can we start asking these people if they who is teaming up and who's going to be on this game show?
I would love to see
hands in that
Robert
chat.
Galvin in the chat, man.
Galvin and the Cambo.
And,
I mean,
Cantonese
Cantonese
Kid,
Kid.
Jeff 813, Jeff G.
and Amazing Murphinator, Chris Barrett, maybe. I mean, everybody's going to be in it, and it's going to be starting in 2 weeks. Questions are being made. They're super. There's some easy ones, but for the most part, they're going to get really, really difficult. So you're going to have to bring your A game. And the after show. I mean, there's an after show. Let's talk about that.
After the party is the after party.
Yeah,
After that party, hotel lobby.
What's the after show about?
So the after show is going to be starring, I believe, some great legend and myself, and we're going to be chit-chatting about everything that went down with the trivia. We're going to be talking the good nonsense. We're going to be talking about some of the fails. We're going to be talking about some of the successes. We're going to be having a good time.
And we haven't even named this thing yet, have we?
Yet, no.
Your after show? I thought it was the Cat and Legend show.
I thought it was the Legendary Cat show.
Legendary Cat.
I was super drunk when I said that.
I thought
Yeah,
it
we'll
was-
probably have to put the name of the actual game show somewhere in the title.
So what do you think?
What's the name of the game show again?
Well, everybody hated the idea.
Comic Core Quiz Show?
Yeah, I like that. Comic Core Quiz Show. I like
It's
it.
got a nice string to it. So it'll be the Comic Core Quiz After Show. Damn! If Kat wants to do it like that.
And 2 of the grand prizes are going to be some pretty
the after quiz quiver.
they're gonna be they're gonna be some we got some graded books. We're gonna also have some big boy books that everybody's been hunting for.
Shit, I ain't got none of that stuff.
I already got it taken care of.
I think Carson's hunting for some secrets.
But I think we got those all taken.
Just as long as it ain't no Art Germ sketch.
Oh.
Carson, I got Carson on that.
Aggressively relaxing says everybody. Best comic book of 2019 was Squirrel Girl.
You're wrong, and I'll tell you why later. Stay
And
tuned.
I agree. It was she jumped the shark after she slept with Logan.
That was way before this book even came out, Chad.
That's when she jumped the shark.
She got
She
herself
actually
a book.
jump the Wolverine, if you know what I'm saying.
She had to jump a Wolverine to get a book.
Nobody even knows that that's a thing. Wolverine's a child molester.
Everybody knows that. Jubilee, Kitty Pryde, Rogue. How many young girls do you need to hang out with?
I'll
What's that?
just say that much right now.
I got to agree with Rob Warso. He says best miniseries of 2019 was Spider-Man Life Story, hands down.
Yeah,
100% agree on that one.
That is true. I agree.
That was an awesome book.
And I'll tell you why later if you stay tuned.
Yep, same here.
Gimmicks. I love it.
Oh, yeah. So I guess without further ado, we can probably start talking about, we're going to break down our best of 2019, and I suppose categories a lot: TV, movies, and comics, basically. And pizzas, apparently, according to Drew.
I just got a pizza.
Nice. So, Drew, while we're
pizza, I'm
talking
very
about
excited.
your pizza, you want to start talking about your 2019 best comic?
Before I do that, I just want to say I got a pick of the week. It's actually 2 books that I picked up when I went dollar bin diving. I thought they'd be festive. I got Gen 13, A Christmas Caper. This is a trade paperback kind of one-shot deal, square bound from Wild Storm. And it's really freaking weird. It's Santa Claus and Gen 13. It's exactly what you'd think it would be. I also picked up this Disney Comics and Stories because I thought, hey, man, look at that festive cover. And there's not nearly as much Christmas content.
Who drew that? Don Rosa?
I think thered be. Oh, this is definitely a Don Rosa. This has got to be a Rosa. I don't know for sure. But it was pretty damn good. Had to get into some Donald Duck. But beyond that, man, 2019 has been a great year for comics. The big 2 have done some interesting things. There have been some really great indie books along the way. And beyond all those indie books, you get all those Image number 1s, which is they're I don't call them an indie anymore. They're company number 3. Some fantastic stuff. But I think that Marvel absolutely won the year and won the decade with the best maxi series of the decade, House of X Powers of 10. Hands down. Nothing else comes close. Case closed. Fight me in the street.
Fight.
It's all right. Doomsday Clock came out for the last 3 years. Shit in our mouths.
I had to read that book 4 times.
And once.
I had to read it 4 fucking times.
You don't have to read it. You could have read it and been like, this is bullshit. Doesn't make any sense. And then 4 times later, it's still bullshit and doesn't make any sense.
We're going to hit that mute button again.
Oh, God.
All right. Best show of the year.
Best show
of the year? Watchmen.
Watchmen. Yep.
Best show of the year is Watchmen.
Best movie?
Best movie of the year? Endgame came out this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Endgame.
I think I'd concur.
That's an event.
So anyway, okay. So you're saying that your the best comic of the year was X-Men. Your best show was
Watchmen,
and then the best overall movie was obviously Endgame. And you know what, Carson?
I really don't think it's close on any front. Like Mandalorian did great things for TV, but not even close.
How about you, Carson? What do you think? What was your best book of the year?
Well, I guess my best mainstream book of the year. I wish I liked Marvel and DC as much as Drew did this year. I didn't. I think I'll be perfectly honest. I think my opinions of the last few months kind of reflect, what I think. So I'm not going to go into how much I've been disappointed with a lot of books this year. But I think this book here, Spider-Man Life Story, has been the best mainstream read of the year for me. Rob Orr said it in the chat, best miniseries by far. I think it's the best Marvel and or DC book put out this year. I really enjoyed it. Shout out to Drew for actually, recommending this to begin with, because it was I didn't even know what this was before. Then you guys, Drew and Chad, talked about issue 1. I'm like, well, that sounds kind of interesting.
Drew turned me up.
Issue 2, and I'm just like, why don't they do this with more comics where you see a character that started out in the 60s actually age and progress in his world from the 60s to the present. I thought that was really awesome. So by the time you're in the 2010s, you have old man Peter Parker running around with a young Miles Morales. I thought that was genius. So I would really like to see this treatment done for a few more characters. I don't want them to turn it into a full-on gimmick, like I kind of predicted they would.
Like old man.
Goodness, like you're going to have old man, who would be next? Old man Iron Man, old man Fantastic Four. I guess you do have the old man Quill, the old man Logan, and all.
Old man Kazar.
I appreciate this style a little bit more than just introducing random old man, but just, introducing a young character when he was introduced, whether it be the 60s or 70s, and then seeing his progression throughout time and integrating some of his most popular stories in through that time. I really like this book. But my overall comic pick of the year has to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Big shout out to Chad 90MF Comics. He recommended I read that, and then of course Who Dat Comics Movies seconded it. So I'm like, all right, I'll probably check out this turtle book. It's been going for like 90 plus issues. I've never really read a turtle book that has, captured my attention, except for like maybe the original run of the first few issues. And this whole City War storyline has been amazing. They've integrated new characters. Obviously, with the female turtle, everybody loves, but she's not even close to being the best part of this. Just seeing the devastation that's done to New York, the battle between the Foot Clan, the mutants, the Ninja Turtles, and all the other factions they got going on. There's literally like 90 issues building up to just this event going into issue 100. So it was an absolute blast reading the turtle book. And then special shout out to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was a bit nervous for that book coming into this year because the rights went from Dark Horse to Boom, which Dark Horse did a pretty good job following the TV series and making their own little universe out of it, to the point where it was almost like their end game in the last issue of the Dark Horse run, where they had every character at their disposal and they just threw it at the wall and see what hit, basically. And that was entertaining enough. But they actually did like this like Ultimate Spider-Man style treatment for Buffy that I think has worked pretty well. So I've enjoyed that one this year as well. And then I guess I can go over my other ones. So I guess best TV series, Watchmen was good. I may have to lean toward The Mandalorian. It's actually been a pretty good year for television between Mandalorian, Watchmen. I've really enjoyed most of the stuff with the CW Christ on Infinite Earths. That's been a lot of fun. But there's been a lot of cheese in terms of, that type of television. But in terms of just kind of surprise hits for me, I know a lot of people had high hopes for The Mandalorian, but I think it actually, met the hype. Me and Chad were talking about the last episode before we hit the stream. And I mean, it was a phenomenal final episode. It's hard for me not to pick the Watchmen, though. I just saw John's comment. It says Watchmen beats Mando on every level. That's debatable. I mean, the Watchmen was really good. So, like I said, it's a coin flip for me. And right this second, I think just because Drew picked Watchmen, I'm just going to pick Mandalorian, so we're not unanimous, I guess. And then my favorite movie of the year, I was saying about there's a lot of great movies too. Between Rise of Skywalker was excellent, easily the best of the trilogy. You can quote me on that all you want. Endgame, of course, Drew already talked about that. There's several others. Like I actually really dug the new Godzilla, but I think my biggest movie that I enjoyed had to be The Irishman on Netflix. I had no idea the movie was happening. I had no idea of its existence. I saw a little bit of rumblings on Twitter earlier this month, and I'm like, what is this about? A Martin Scorsese movie that's bringing back Al Pacino, De Niro, and getting Joe Pesci out of retirement. And then I just hid my phone and watched it in my own home for like 3.5 hours or however long it was. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. So I didn't think we were ever going to get a movie that made in that style ever again with those actors ever again, but they gave us one more and it was amazing.
Cool. Kat, do you mind if I jump in on
Go
this?
for it.
So I will give you my movies and the reasonings behind it and the TV shows. So first off, the worst TV show ever of all time, this is going to be the fucking worst show I've ever fucking watched, is the fucking Witcher.
Whoa, really?
I fucking hate that. It's so fucking boring. It's
Bro, I'm one episode in, and
I can't make it through. It's so fucking boring. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry if I sound jaded. The other one
is not great.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it feels like DC's making this. The comic book industry this year as a whole sucked. Like the comics. I mean, I'm sorry, bro.
I can't agree with you.
I know. I mean, Marvel won. But,
we can run down the list of all the great things that came out this year if you'd like.
Like, I mean, no, I get what you're saying. because you're more Marvel and I was with DC. DC literally shit the bed. And the other thing
you picked the wrong horse there, bro.
And the biggest problem I see right now is I see that the industry, those two big guys, are going to destroy the. I mean, besides the speculation and the chasing of the books and like really driving the market for these books, insane amounts. The worst thing that could happen. I mean, that's the worst thing that's happening in the industry is everybody's chasing these books and paying these exuberant amount of money for these books that they shouldn't be paying for. The other part is the industry as a whole is changing everything from. I mean, how many? I'm not going to. It's soon you're going to be paying for 2 books are going to cost you $12. You know, like Marvel keeps on upping their price, DC's upping their price, and it's just going to drive the market. And I would be willing to pay that if the books were good. Like if there was a story, a content that actually upheld, but that's that. I have no comic books this year are in my top, but I'll say the movie would probably be Endgame too, or the Avengers.
Well, there's been a lot of really great things that came out comic book wise this year that I think you might have missed out on, Chad, and it saddens me that you missed out on those. So
I guess I just got really tired of chasing, like seeing these books that, like, for example, Carson, how much do you pay for that book?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
$1.
You know how much some of these people are paying for that book?
That's kind of why I grabbed it and held it up.
You know, that's if somebody posts that in a group and they're like, I spent $30 on it, people are like, good find. Like, no, not a good find at all, bro. Not a good find at all.
Like, saying, be patient.
Find him in a 50-cent or a $1 bin.
I don't know if any of you guys follow action figure channels, but there's a guy, Plastic Addict, who always says, be patient, and if you're patient, even an egg will grow legs. So you'll find what you're looking for.
It seems like everybody's just so hyped up to get that book, and then they'll pay whatever they want to. But like, I mean, Carson, how many have you found of that book this year?
Probably at least 2, if I remember right.
And
half off of $1.
And then there's people paying $30 for it, and you're just like, Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was going to talk about a dubious honor or two as well after our best of, but I guess I could get into it now.
You want to talk about worst stuff?
We'll get to that. But anyway, I mean, my
worst
disappointment of the year was definitely like almost kind of like the black labelization of a lot of the DC stuff, where it seems like I mentioned on Modern Men a little bit, where you have your best creators and writers drifting toward the DC Black Label in terms of the DC realm. And what are they doing? They're charging $6.99, $7, $8.99 for these books. And you really want to read them because they look great. They're in a cool format and they're better writers on them. But do you really want to pay $8 an issue? And that's the trend I'm not liking the most.
And you talk to any of the LCSs, look at that dog.
Peppers.
He won't jump up.
Oh.
The LCSs are telling you that the industry's pricing themselves out of the game. That's why I'm picking up a lot of like non-superhero books and off brands, because I'm hoping maybe you'll get a good read and it's still going to be in a reasonable price, because honest to God, all these books and I know JP Budget Collect does that 6-month review. You go to a shop right now, and like one of the shops I go to, he buys a ton of variants so he can get all the variants, right? But the books that people were chasing 6 months ago, there's 30 of them. Like literally 30 of them just sitting there just because it was hot then, but now guess what? He's got every variant. And a couple of months ago, somebody walked in right after they announced that Jane Foster was going to be the Thor, right? And they're like, I need this cover. Dude, he was like, hey, how many do you want? 50? Here, take them. And that's what the problem is, because a lot of people, they're like, oh, we got to get it and we got to flip it and we got to make money. It's going to kill the industry. It's going to be a repeat of the 1990s. That's just
look, man. I can tell you how not to be disappointed in the comics that you buy. All right, you just look for this label, says Marvel at the top of it. And you won't be disappointed. They care about continuity. They have the best writers in the business. Maybe they don't have the best artists on tertiary titles, but if you get a AAA title from Marvel, you can guarantee they got a goddamn great artist on it. No Wiggles McScribbles garbage going on there. It's a fantastic
$4.99.
company. Yeah, $4.99. You're talking. That's the cost. That's the cost of doing business, my friend.
Great book, terrible price.
So
The cost of doing business.
DC,
How much the Doomsday Clock per issue cost?
Or actually, the last one was $5.99, Drew.
Exactly, and it was $5.99 with nothing inside worth reading.
Oh, don't get me started on that. My Batman White Knight, I paid $4.99 for that, and the centerfold fell out. By the way, we could talk about that all day.
I mean, DC, they have one duo, right? Snyder and Capullo at this point. That's because
But Last Night on Earth was terrible.
But so they build this up as their song. Yeah.
Swan
And the next week they've already announced that the two of them are going to be doing a new book. I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on.
Well, you also have another one of Drew's
Batman book, is
favorites.
it?
I think it is a Batman book.
Oh well, it's got to be a Batman book if it's going to sell at DC because nothing else sells.
And then, okay, so like everybody bitched about when Marvel did the whole, Jane Foster and Captain America, they switched and Sam got the shield and all this other jazz. Now you're gonna be doing that in the DC universe with Batman. I mean, I think isn't it Batwing's going to be taking over?
Batwing's going to take over the Batman mantle in one title. I think. I don't think it's going to be in every title, but I think it's going to be like he's going to be a Batman, and there's going to be like multiple Batman. Which I mean, technically in continuity, there's still multiple Batman because
of Batman Incorporated, right?
Never got rid of Batman Incorporated, and there's still like the Chinese Batman. Because I know, shout out to the great legend, he loves himself some Chinese Superman, and there's
who was that? Baxi, Baxi, the big old Batman from China, yeah.
It's gonna be like two Batman running around like Gotham area city, which is gonna be a little weird.
It's going to be like Batman Inc., but instead of like being busy running all the Batman's going to be busy running around chasing Catwoman. Like what?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys are going to have to let me know because probably for the first time in my comic book collecting career, I'm like on the verge of dropping Batman.
I did.
Good for you, man. Here's the thing.
And Tom King's run is over, but it's like,
man.
And I think I saw it through, and now I don't even care. I think the Jorge Jimenez is kind of exciting on art for Batman, but like DC Universe as a whole, it's a hole. It's just a hole. It's like they don't know what to do with their continuity.
And another thing, you want to elevate Superman, right? That's the big thing right now. They want to elevate Superman.
Yeah, well, take it away from Bendis.
Yeah, get Honey Bendis off that.
How good was Tomasi on that?
Tomasi was great.
Solid.
He's the best Superman that we got forever. And now you're like, oh, what?
And he did some great stuff with Super Sons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote those books with sunglasses on.
And he was so proud of that work that he did, like building the family, building all of these characters. And he even talked about an Alfred book that he had coming up. And I was oh, yeah, they killed him.
For no reason.
They killed him like right before that Alfred book.
There's like no payoff to Alfred being dead.
No. And here's another thing. Bendis. I mean, Bendis did well on a couple books over in Marvel, but
Dragon Majesty, you're on timeout.
No, you're not.
But anywho, but
DC.
Bendis did well.
No,
and he comes over here, and you're like,
did not do well. You take that statement back.
Some people are going to think this is stupid that I'm upset about, but like Young Justice, that was awesome when Jeff Johns took over Titans, and even the original Young Justice was good. And I'm like, wow, these are some really cool characters that nobody's been doing anything with. And I dropped it. And Connor's like, I love Connor. I mean, that's my favorite character. And you're like, this is awful.
Yeah, Bendis found a way to ruin two Superboys.
Yeah.
The issue with Bendis being on the Superman title and being on the Young Justice title immediately after, this amazing this amazing Super Sons and this amazing Superman run that we had previous to it was we built up these young superheroes. We built them up in our minds. They were great runs. They were fantastic throughout. And then you give them to someone who clearly does not like teenagers, does not like the whole like a child's heart, and a young superhero that wants to age up everyone. And, you know, ding dong, Superman can't be married. Superman can't be a happy family man. Superman can't have like a great life that he had in this run before. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. We're going to push this brand new character that I like that doesn't do shit. I'm sorry. I read the first issue of that Naomi book, and I don't understand.
Wait, what did you say? Gotcha, Carson.
Seriously, what happened in the book? Pardon my French, but I don't understand why everyone was so excited about that.
Do you think over that?
Why everyone was trying to flip that book for like crazy, ridiculous prices, $90, $100. Dude, you could get a for real, like lower grade key for $100. Save your money, put it on a character that actually means something. I mean, what was it, like a few years ago? I got first appearance of Catwoman in Silver Age for less than that.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, 6.0. Gorgeous book.
A lot of times folks do get caught in the hype.
People get
And
caught
one
in the
important lesson to learn, like, is what a lot of the panel members have been, you know, like with Drew about the Batman, or, you know, people not liking the Superman, or, you know, if you're Marvel and you're tired of the Carnage and Deadpool and Wolverine and stuff, like, drop those books. If you're not digging them, man, drop them and find something else you're going to read and something else you're going to enjoy, because you'll save a lot more money in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Legend, did you have a best of 2019?
I had a best of.
It had to be Farmhand. I mean, every issue of Farmhand, I was so ready for the next issue. It's written, you know, I love how some a lot of people, or a lot of writers try to do this, and it's the best way, because you always want to end with that climax. It's kind of like episodic TV, like you're watching those Dark Shadows episodes from '66, and you're like, they always end on a cliffhanger, and then you got to come the next day, and damn, the story progresses maybe like 2 minutes, and then you got to wait for the third day, Wednesday, and then you get your Dark Shadows, then Thursday. But no, I do enjoy the Farmhand, because it was well told. Rob Guillory loves putting those Easter eggs in the background, which are always great and funny to read and look into. And man, just a great story. You know, my grandfather was a farmer, and so I can kind of relate to some of that stuff in that story. Not the you know, zombie parts growing out of the ground or whatever. But man, great freaking story. One of my faves, Rob Guillory. And then another one, you know, a little runner up, because not many people talked about it, was the Grant Morrison, man, the Green Lantern. I was kind of like, oh my God, he's doing Green Lantern. I mean, this is going to be pretty heavy, and it was pretty heavy, but it's good though. You know, if you can, like, you know, expand your mind a little bit and get intertwined in some good Emerald Light, man, you're going to have a damn good night. But Carson, those are my favorite two. It had to be Farmhand and Grant Morrison on Green Lantern. Also a little bit of that Black Star, good too.
Nice. I know you like some of those TV shows, Legend. You got any favorites you want to talk about?
Oh, hell yeah. And, you know, the guys over there at Real Comic Book Talk, Dan,
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Dan, Anthony, now, man. Now, they had a show, and I haven't watched this one yet, but it was their top 5. Each of them picked their top 5, maybe top 10s of their favorite shows that came out the whole year. And one of those guys, I don't know who it was, but somebody picked Black Lightning as their least favorite show.
It was Anthony. He's the smartest one over there.
Anthony. Damn, man, Anthony was it, man. He was dissing the Black Lightning, and then, you know, I could go on and on about how I really have enjoyed watching Real Comic Book Talk this year, like all of their show reviews. But some of my favorite shows, The Watchmen, was just freaking 5 stars, man. I love that stuff. I loved how it, you know, went from the future portion of the book. You got to get some good background story on the Regina King, whatever her new character is. Isn't it just called Knight or something like that?
Sister Knight.
Sister Knight. And then you got some Hooded Justice background, and you got the old school Louis Gossett Jr. That's a great show, great freaking show. And then the guy from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, wherever the fuck that fucking show is called, with Mirror Man, or that's what old Lori calls him. Yeah, Lori calls him Mirror Man, but yeah, it's Looking Glass.
Mirror guy.
Really,
what's up, Mirror
cool.
guy?
Mirror guy. So I like that show. I like Black Lightning. I like Arrow, Flash. Batwoman has been another excellent show. I would say Batwoman's probably in my top 3. I'd say Watchmen, Batwoman, and then freaking Black Lightning, man. Those are my top freaking 3, man. I haven't watched No Mandalorian yet. I'm sure that would probably become my favorite second one, but there's been some great shows, man. Great shows. Crisis on Infinite Earths. We're going to be, me and Carson and the core are going to be reviewing that parts 4 and 5 once 2020 comes. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit, because we're looking back at 2019. So you found out some stuff I like, but we're also looking at 2020. Ain't that right, Carson? And I ain't talking about Hugh Downs, Barbara Walters, and John Stossel, because John Stossel will get his ass slapped by the damn doctor. What was that guy's name? Dr. Death.
Steve
Williams.
Not Steve
Williams.
What was the other Dr.
Hey,
Death?
Kevorkian.
So
The blonde hair guy that slapped
Kevorkian.
2020.
before we jump over to Cat's stuff again, if you
Let's
want to
delay that a little bit longer.
If you want to jump on the show tonight and you would like to join us, send me an email or put your email in the chat, and I will send you a email with the link. So put your email in the chat. I'll send you the link if you want to jump on. It's all
Dr. Death, David Schultz. Schultz slapped John Stossel. Classic.
That's all right. Now, Miss DC, what's up?
Now I can talk. Okay. All right. So
You got 5 minutes. Make them count.
don't you time me. Don't you put me in a box. Okay.
And we're out of time.
Anywho, 2019, it was an interesting year. It was a hard year. It was a good year. First off, I got married.
We did?
Yeah, we got some married this year. Show your ring.
Congratulations.
Show your ring. There you go. Locked this one down this year. Also, in the world of comics, I will admit the big 2 had quite a few issues. There were things that I liked. There were things that I definitely had an issue with. DC Black Label, which I believe started off so strong with the first issue of Batman Damned, they kind of got scared and went into heavy editing mode, and it really screwed a lot of their comics over. I will tell you, The Question definitely has me hopeful for the future, though, because the first issue of that was pretty solid for me. Continuing on into Marvel, of course, they canceled most of the books that I was really enjoying, but we're getting a new Hawkeye book in 2020, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, like 3 days.
I know. It's going to be on the 1st, I believe.
Matthew Rosenberg. Can't wait for that.
I'm
Isn't
actually
that
really
4
excited.
days?
But you're just
Yeah, it's 4 days, Mark. You're right. But if
Anywho.
you cut me off again, you're going back in the box.
But
I wanted something magical in my mouth.
yeah, he's eating Frozen 2 ice cream.
Mark, let it go.
But actually,
Doesn't bother him.
some of my favorite titles that came out of this year were some indies. So Cantu was pretty awesome. Canto, sorry, Jason Cantu.
Jason Cantu's pretty awesome too.
Canto
He
was
is pretty awesome. He's on a great show.
solid for me.
Breaking
Exo
kayfabe.
Sisters was pretty solid for me throughout. I also have really been enjoying Something is Killing the Children. This has been pretty solid as far
Who wrote
as,
that? Jason Smith.
as far as word art. I don't get it. A continuation of the Power Rangers storyline has been pretty solid throughout. Snot Girl continues to be solid for me. A lot of continuations of stories have just been awesome. Animosity is still really solid for me. But moving on into film and television, I know everyone's thinking, I'm going to go with the new Star Wars movie or the new Marvel movie or this, that, whatever. I'm going to be completely different. I actually had these already pulled out. But my two favorite films out of this year, Marc's already disagreed with me on it. It's totally fine. That's Ready or Not, that just came out whenever this year, which is really funny because this came out like right after we got married. So Marc got really mad because it's a movie about them trying to kill the bride.
Yeah.
And then Crawl was pretty solid as well. I will tell you, Ready or Not, I was not expecting it to be as funny as it is. But this movie had me dying laughing throughout. And there's some pretty gory parts in this, and you just can't help but laugh. And it's kind of fantastic. If you haven't seen it, I would highly suggest it. And Crawl. I never thought that a home, especially, a crawl space can be scary because of spiders, but the use of the set piece of just the crawl space of the home, because I would say a good 80% of this is just filmed underneath of the house, and that is terrifying.
It's not that terrifying.
But,
I'm there every night.
Stop talking.
Shut the fuck up, Mark. Shut the fuck up, Mark.
But Crawl, pretty fantastic. I think it's on par with Lake Placid. Marc heavily disagrees with me on that.
Nowhere near that.
If you haven't seen it, I would highly suggest it. There's a few bad CGI moments in it, but I feel like the cast that we get is fantastic. It's a really tight cast. It's primarily a father and a daughter struggling to survive. And of course, their dog is involved in it, Sugar, which watch this if you want to know what happens to Sugar the dog, because she's a sweetheart.
Okay, but I still want to know, how does it compare to Lake Placid?
Yeah, where's Betty White?
We don't have time for this. That's a whole hour in its own, sweetheart. They gave me a time limit.
Well,
moving on.
Well, give me a 30-second bunny clip of it.
Awesome Gator movie. Solid cast.
Wrong.
Oh my gosh. Anywhoozers. So moving on into film, we had some letdowns with some Game of Thrones. We had some letdowns with some other things. Of course, the cancellation of Swamp Thing was very heartbreaking for everyone. The special effects on that and the production value of that was fantastic.
Well, for the first 4 episodes.
Anywho, this is my picks, Drew Manchu. Thank you. Anywho, so some of my favorites out of this year were The Boys. That was pretty fantastic for me. I really loved Carnival Row. I mean, yes, there was the whole love story going on there, but there was a huge murder mystery. There was the fantasy element thrown throughout. I was obsessed with those fairy wings. I'm not going to lie.
So much so you bought some.
I bought fairy wings. I'm not going to lie. I got fairy wings. But I will tell you probably my show of the year, and it's a newer show out of all these shows that I've been talking about, and that's The Mandalorian, because I was not thinking that I was going to like this. I was not thinking that I was going to like this. I was like, yeah, it's Star Wars. And I kind of like Star Wars. I'll watch it, whatever, I'll turn it on. It'll be background noise. It'll be fun. Because Star Wars, it's fun, but it's not something that I've really lost my mind over before. But
no. If you want some good background noise, you put Bob Ross on.
Shush. I liked Yoda when I was a kid. I liked the Yoda from the prequels when I was a kid, when I grew up, because that's what I grew up with. I watched the original trilogy when I was a teenager, and Yoda was solid throughout that. And then The Mandalorian came, and I was not expecting what I got. And what I got was a sweet, sweet baby Yoda. And baby Yoda is the heart and the soul of that show. Baby Yoda needs to be protected. And I believe that my Instagram post a few days after that came out was, I know he's only been in my life for a few days, but if anyone kills my sweet, sweet baby Yoda, I will kill everyone in this room, and then I will kill myself. I'm pretty sure that was the meme that I posted, but I'm honest. Like in nerd culture right now, if you kill off Crypto, if you kill off Baby Yoda, the nerds will riot.
Yeah, can't kill the pets. Not even the Jedi pets.
You can't kill the pets, especially if they're cute. You can't kill the pets.
So you can't kill me.
You're basically the pet of the Comic Corps.
Where's
At
Chad?
one point, Rob actually called you the Fantasticar. Because he called us the Fantastic Four, but there were 5 of us. He was like, oh, well, Mark's like the Fantasticar.
No, I think he was the robot.
Can I be Dr. Doom?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, because
You
I'm here
were
to foil
Dr.
all your
Doom.
plans. While you guys were talking, I made a couple lists real quick here, and we're going to go do some word association. I'm going to run down some things right here. We're going to think, are these good things or are these bad things? Tom King's Batman, Bendis on Superman, Doomsday Clock, Heroes in Crisis, Black Label, Year of the Villain. Oh, those are all bad things. Zdarsky's Daredevil, Silver Surfer Black, Hickman on X-Men, Fantastic Four, Venom, Absolute Carnage, The Whole Dawn of X thing. Oh, those are all fantastic things. Die, Black Hammer, Middle West, Once and Future, all fantastic things. Comics are great right now, except for DC, which is garbage. I'm sorry. I wish it was better. I want it to be better. Why isn't it better?
I apologize because I completely forgot about Middle West. Middle West is fantastic. At least you're right about something, Drew.
I'm right about everything I say. You can get on board with some of it or you can get left
I can
behind.
get on board with some of it.
Look,
We
all
can
I'm
agree
saying
to disagree.
All I'm saying is that one company really dropped the ball this year, and it's the same company that dropped the ball last year. And I'm sure you can go back a year ago and hear me say it again. But
Marvel cancels every book that I love.
Here's the thing:
I've made that statement. They cancel everything I love.
How can you have the big 3 of Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman and still put out garbage? Like, how does this happen? How does it happen year after year? Like, I got to dig into like tertiary elsewhere stories in order to enjoy the universe that I grew up reading, and it upsets me. I'm just,
Geek Aficionado just posted "Don't Fuck with Cats." That got released on Netflix. I would not suggest you watch that because the trailer alone is horrifying.
It has torture videos, doesn't it?
I sent Galvin that link.
Yeah, I have no urge to see that. I don't like cats.
Hey, how's that chat? How's that chat going?
I love animals. I love life. I don't like hurting things, especially living, breathing things that don't deserve to be hurt.
Did you just not make the statement that if you kill one of your favorite characters, you're gonna kill everybody in that room?
But then they'll deserve it. I said things that don't deserve it. Innocent things.
So if somebody kills Baby Yoda, we're all dead. I deserve it.
Because they killed off Baby Yoda. The world's gonna implode.
I'm gonna go stay at my mom's house for a little bit.
We got Rob
down to your box.
in the chat, man. He's been killing it tonight. We got Dylan's Comic Rants. How you doing, Dylan? Nice to see you in the chat tonight. Robert G-Spot Galvin is here with us. He's not in the chat.
Crazy.
Just in time. How you doing?
What's up, Galvin?
I have to get in here. Miss you guys. How you doing?
Galvin, what was your pick of the year, man? What was your favorite book of the year?
Okay, I have to tell you, I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great, man.
You're getting some feedback, Robert.
Yeah.
You want to turn on your?
Headphones and
I'm good. How are you? There we go. That's better.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. All right, I have to say, I waited 41 years for the conclusion of my story for Star Wars. And the only good thing I can say, rainbows. That's it. It was kind of disappointing to me as a fan of the story. But Mandalorian totally made up for that. That's what Star Wars should be. And it's not just about Yoda. Trust me, I fell in love with it as soon as I seen it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Great. But it's the story. And that's all before the Battle of Endor, which is really good. Right at the Battle of Endor, which is awesome. So it's like, big time fan. So yeah, hands down. Agree with you guys. And easy
So,
and nice.
Mandalorian 2 season 2 is coming out fall 2020.
Looking forward to it. I just
Yeah.
think Disney, in a way, is listening to some of those hardcore fans, and is literally giving them something to be. It's the hardcore fans. I mean, the people who really know the story and have read the books. That to me, I was like, it was. Don't get me wrong, the new movie, it was good. It was
It was
good.
fan fiction.
It was a little bit. What do I want to say? Overdone.
It was a little too fan servicey.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I don't
A little
understand.
too much.
Like inconsistencies. An example. All the Star Destroyers had a planet killer. What? Really? To me, that was kind of.
He's had 50 years to figure that out.
But I'm like, what?
Yeah, you're right.
Kyber cannons and all those Star Destroyers. I don't see how that's a problem. I think that I honestly I get how you're like, oh, now they're all planet killers.
Yeah,
That's fine. And that makes the mission to destroy the fleet before it launches, and I get that. And I think that kind of works. My whole issue with episode 9 is that it had to jam pack so much stuff into it to erase episode 8, which like there was that petition like, oh, I'll erase it from canon. And I told people then and there, don't worry, JJ will take care of that. And he did. And everything that I really hated about episode 8 was at least, well, aside from the casino and the running out of gas plot, beyond that, everything else was kind of addressed by JJ. Like everybody was like, oh, Ray's a blah blah blah, she's a Mary Sue, she's too powerful if she's nobody. It's like, well, she's not nobody. We explained that. It's like, oh, Leia, magic space Leia has Jedi powers all of a sudden for no reason. Well, they go back and they show her training, so they erased that. So they did a whole lot to erase episode 8 that they kind of just had to jam pack in to episode 9, and it kind of got muddled up at the end.
My other problem was why when Ren had the lightsaber anyway, and she still kills her grandfather anyway, nothing happened.
Yeah, no I mean, the end was terrible.
That's what. Hey buddy, how you doing?
I mean, I can it's very spoilery, but I can fix Rise of Skywalker very quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, you fix it by you know who dies in the end? Everybody dies. No more Jedi, no more Sith. Balance. Bam. Done. Does Kylo live? Does Rey die? No, they both die. You kill them both off, and then you have a better movie. And in the end, you don't have that weird scene where there's like some lady in the middle of the desert for no reason being like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Nah, let me think about this for a minute. I'm Skywalker." That was the dumbest part. It was
I like the Star Wars movie.
I tell you what, it was like that scene in Family Guy where Superman finally says, "And this is truly Superman 4: A Quest for Peace." They had to say the name of the movie in the movie.
We got look down there. We got JB from Discovery Big Comics. How you doing, JB? Yeah, man, a few words. JB from
everybody. How you doing?
There he is.
It's a great Friday night, man. There's a good vibe in here.
Yeah,
dude, we got the freaking G spot up in here.
What the hell? Tell me, am I just total rookie?
No.
Can you not hear us?
Sons of bitch. Yep, had the damn thing on. I can hear you now once I turn the YouTubes off.
Hey, what's your pick of the year for books, man?
All right.
Now he's
find it out in 30 seconds.
I'll give you my one pick that I enjoyed the most.
All right, what did you enjoy most?
Silver Surfer Black. I
knew it was going to be that Silver
Surfer. Loved it. Loved the arts. Loved the story. It was classic. I just had Miss G. I made her watch all 13 episodes of the old Fox network of Silver Surfer. She watched every one. So she got a little continuity there, which is cool.
I like that, man.
Sorry, guys.
Actually, I did want to ask before why JB gets his stuff sorted out.
No,
I did
I'm all
want to
sorted
ask
up now. Sorry.
Legend his favorite movie and why Shazam is the greatest movie of all time.
Did that movie was that a 2019?
Yeah, it came out in February.
DC movie.
I kind of forgot it came out in February, but it came out this year, Legend.
Well, there's like some movies like that I'll always love. You know, it's my top 3 movies. Now, of course, Back to the Future, the whole trilogy, I count that as one thing. Shawshank Redemption's another one, and then that other movie is the Shazam movie. Man, Zachary Levi, perfect Shazam, perfect movie, DC for life.
All right.
That's the one good thing they did
Man.
this year.
That's right. Man.
Wow.
Then the Watchmen TV show.
Yeah,
They
Black Lightning.
did that.
Black Lightning's good.
I'm going to take Anthony's word for it on that. I don't think Black Lightning is worth watching. Shout out to Real Comic Book Talk, Anthony over there. Apparently, Black Lightning is the worst show ever.
This is the best season of Black Lightning. I don't know what they're talking about. And that Batwoman, the Batwoman's a really good show too.
I think the second I saw the title on that video, you were gonna get lit up by that. How did I know? Like immediately. I read Real Comic Book Talk. Black Lightning is the worst show ever. Watch this, find out why. I was like, Legend's gonna have a field day with that.
I will be watching that. Most likely, I'm gonna get caught up on a couple of Real Comic Book
First
Talk.
movie of the year, everyone.
Shazam, right?
Best? Is that what you said?
Worst movie.
Oh,
of
worst movie of the year. Hmm.
What was it? 47 meters down to Uncaged.
Why are you even
Literally.
watching that? Why?
Cave sharks.
JP, do you watch the show? Do you know all kinds of crap that
Every
Cat watches?
time they open
crazy.
their mouths, you hear "Meow." In the dark. You hear this very loud "Meow." Yeah. I had a headache by the time I walked out of that movie. I sat through the entire movie. I had the biggest headache because it got so loud all of a sudden.
That's the only reason why I didn't fall asleep.
I saw the Downton Abbey movie.
Why?
Oh, I saw it with my girlfriend because
I'm
Carson, I had to tag you out for 1 second, man. I just wanted to. Hey,
Dude,
Bob
hashtag
World
shark
is
talk.
in
My
the
movie
chat.
had sharks.
Good Bob World, man.
What's up, Bob World?
He made us a new intro. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get it.
JB,
get
I
to
like
it and
bad
put it up.
movies.
But since
Okay.
we
No,
have
the Joker sucks, great man.
we have
Bad
2
movie.
very important people on the show right now, and I'm going to go back in the gorilla position after this. But I got to talk to the host of the hottest game show that's coming
up, man. Oh,
Comic
geez.
Core Quiz Show.
I've been working on my delivery. Jeez.
Jay-
Some of my lines.
Disco Bay is going to
Yeah.
be tearing it up. And I got to ask Mr. Galvin a question.
Ooh.
You and your co-host of the G Spot,
Jeff G813.
Jeff, you guys got to be a team.
would you guys like to be a team on
Gotta
the game show?
participate. They're in. Come on. You got to
Come
be
Say
in.
yes. Say
You're
Yeah.
yes.
shaking his head
Come
no,
on.
like it's not going to be a yes. It's a
Hey,
yes.
hey,
That hard. Everybody's in. It's all for
The
fun.
after show hosts are going to be
When,
Fun.
when do you want this?
Legend and
So
myself.
the show's going to be starting in 2 weeks.
Okay.
More than likely, it's going to be a Saturday show.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And it is a Jeopardy Family Feud style game show.
Oh my goodness.
And the categories are going to be, they're not like specific to covers or creators. It's going to be across the board. It may be storyline. It may be first appearance. It may be
First artwork, maybe.
Hey,
exactly.
11-11, make a wish.
Oh, there you go. I love that.
So it's to prove our comic prowess, and there is a massive trophy that has been made. It illuminates. It's got tons of like designs on it, and there are 2 slabs that will be.
Illuminates means lights up.
There you go. I'm sure there'll be some other prizes
That's
too,
true,
because
thank
not.
Yep.
You know,
So-
we don't want anyone to walk away without anything, because there's going to be some sponsored gifts that we're going to have to throw out there. You never know. You may get a bar of soap or so. You never know. It could just be out
Oh, yeah,
there.
that's true. That'd be
You know, there's a stack of Turoks
Irish
that will be
Spring.
distributed throughout the course of the year. I'm telling you.
Did you say Turox? Hey, Turox, man. Classic dinosaur guy.
There's a stack of them that are going to be finding new homes this year.
Your co-host
Bow and
there.
arrow guy.
Would you guys like to, you never know. You might be going up against Bueller and Sam or Whitewell and
Alec.
John. Yeah,
Whitewell and
Alec and
Alec.
John.
Will and Alec.
Whitewell.
Best team
So, or
in the game.
you could be going up against Lego Alec and Lego John. Just
Oh,
saying,
yeah,
it could
that's
happen.
true.
You know,
On the
You
little
know,
green
it
board.
could be a no faces kind of thing. Remember, we'll
What do you
get
think there?
we'll get bugs out
We'll
there.
talk, JB.
We'll
Chad,
talk. I'll get you before
All
it's
right.
over.
What's up, Kat?
Sam, and Odin.
Yeah, that'd be a team.
Right? Come on.
Best team on the comic course.
Yes, for the-
Sam and
the-
Odin.
Pets of the Comic Corps are going to win the trivia.
Oh man.
That would be impressive.
Snyder and Jean Grey.
But
Gonna
JB,
be
back to
interesting.
the best.
Yes.
What would yours be your best of night? Best
Ooh,
of 2019.
man. Kat nailed it on as far as streaming went. You know, I was terribly disappointed how Game of Thrones ended, but again, no one's happy about how anything ended, right? I was in on The Boys, man. The Boys.
Oh,
was
yeah.
freaking
That was
awesome. I mean, that was some adult entertainment that was like,
well done.
whoa. From episode 1, I was hooked. So I think that was my number 1 streaming. Now, as far as comics go, I'm thinking, man, what a course of the year. Because I really only got in, a November ago type thing. So I was thinking, man, that Immortal Hulk has evolved, but now I'm not even reading Immortal Hulk. It's like not even the same Immortal Hulk that I read in the first 20 issues. Cosmic Ghost Rider was awesome when I first came on, but ended the year with Kanto, Once and Future, and all these indie titles. I felt like everything that I was reading that was good at the end of the year was all indie. And I'll be honest with you, the build up from House of X, Powers of X, which was my number 1 comic book thing that happened this year. I got to say, I've kind of been disappointed with how that's turned off because I felt there was this huge ramp up, and why are we ramping up again? Like we should have just jumped into these stories and had all kinds of craziness, and I don't feel like that. Now I feel like that because I was about to drop a couple titles, but at the end of each issue 4, I shut the book and went, sons of bitch, I'm buying number 5. Because
That's how Hickman
every
faces you.
single freaking episode, even stuff I don't want to read anymore, I'm like, I don't want to do New Mutants. Damn, I'm buying number 5. So
Hickman's the editor of the year by far.
that has been fantastic. And then as far as overall reads, being on Modern Men has been the best ever because the stuff that I have read because of that randomizer has just been absolutely amazing. From Saga, which has just blew my mind, literally. I don't even have one now because Auntie Faith took it and she took it home because she has to get her husband to read it because she read it cover to cover when she was over here drinking some wine. Black Hammer, I've already gone through 3. I'm going for 4 tomorrow when I go next Wednesday when I pick that up. And that Craven's Hunt, I can't believe I hadn't read that, man. And plus when I read Craven's Hunt, I don't know if you guys remember, I read Craven's Hunt on digital, but I had read it in the format of panel to panel.
Oh yeah,
where there was no cheating. There was no cheating ahead to see, when you're in your eye cheats on you and shows you what's happening at the end of the page, so you know what's coming. There's no cheating when you're reading a comic book panel to panel in this app, in the Marvel app. Go ahead and read Kraven's Last Stand in that format where you don't know what's coming and you've never read it before. Wow, it was absolutely phenomenal. So it was a great year. Great year.
Damn, that's freaking awesome, man. That's the coolest thing about that digital, going panel to panel, man.
Dude.
Oh. And it's unlimited. You could go back and read all the Marvel stuff from whenever,
So that's my top 10, my top list, I guess. And that's as far as movies in the theaters go. I'll be honest, I didn't go to very much. Star Wars and Endgame. I can't even think of another thing I went to the theater to
You didn't see that Shazam movie?
I don't think not in the theater, I don't think. No.
Did you see it on DVD or
Yes,
Blu-ray?
I did see it on DVD and Blu-ray. And it was fun.
Did you see
I like
Joker?
the end when the whole family got involved. I mean, that was a twist I wasn't expecting to see there, but yeah, it was cool.
JB, did you go see The Joker?
No.
You know what you should do instead of that? Just rent the Downton Abbey movie and sit down with the wife and watch that.
Dude, after everything I heard, the one thing that tell me if this holds true, that you did not even have to call it Joker. And it
was unbelievable garbage the entire fucking thing.
Yeah.
You can do that, or you can tune in next week for when Drew Manchu unthaws Walt Disney out of the cryo chamber and then starts gonna marry the old man.
I'm not gonna marry him. I'm just gonna jerk him off for all the great things he's given us, like The Mandalorian and all the Star Wars and all that damn Marvel and all those great things he's given us. I'm gonna give him a nice old handy.
There's what I think about Marvel. I do love my Fantastic Four.
I mean, you got to admit, House of X, Powers of X was just captivating week after week after week. It was absolutely changing the game, the storytelling, and what he was doing to the history. You know, he's like kind of explaining all these different ways, and it was fantastic. So that was got to be my number one of the year.
Hickman's also done a great job editing the other series. Like you said, there has been a little wall. We got 12 issues where everything was world changing, issue after issue. Everything was balls to the wall. Everything was, set up for you. The story was told. Then he kind of broke the walls down. He's like, no, I'm telling a different story. 12 issues in a row. And then after that, it's kind of a bit of a culture shock to fall into a long-term storytelling mode that Hickman is in with all of these stories. I would say with the exception of Fallen Angels, which is going to be a 6-issue mini. But beyond that, everything else has kind of taken a step back as far as pace, but I think it's been absolutely great. Ricky Marstad, 3 Jokers is not a thing.
Not a thing. Okay.
I did think of one more best of that I forgot to mention, and shame on me. I'm changing my best of TV show pick for 2019. Changed it from The Mandalorian to Doom Patrol, because Doom Patrol, every episode was amazing. And I forgot that came out this year as well. It came out, I think, in February. So Doom Patrol, if you're going to do one thing with the DC app after all the shows run their course, just go back and watch Doom Patrol.
I thought that was last year.
That was 2019, around February, I believe. I think Titans was the end, like November 2018, and when that ran its course, Doom Patrol came on.
Oh yeah, I know her. That's Siri.
Yeah, I got some. I collect these Marvel Legends, and I forgot that there were a bunch of them that were on sale for like $4.50 or something. They're normally like,
look at that,
pretty cool.
like $15 to $25, and I got a link that a bunch of these were on sale, and I actually just sent that link to my mom's. And then like Christmas morning, I had a bunch of toys, and I was like, "Fucking really? I didn't even remember asking for these." But yeah, I got this Killmonger's pretty dope, and I got this Shibari.
Carson got that gift from the Comic Core. Carson, show that Comic Core gift.
Yeah, Comic Core don't love me. They don't send me nothing.
That's why I'm here. I was
getting ready to ask JB.
I got 2 boxes from Comic Core.
Oh, so. you gotta get up in that.
You gotta open
Comic Core boxes. Right. Yeah. One thing real quick I want to talk about.
Wait, he said he doesn't get anything. I'm literally getting ready to paint this for you.
No spoilers, Chad. No spoilers. I don't want to see it.
That's really cool.
I just ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Look at a little baby Yoda in there for you.
Not Baby Yoda. Remember, you're calling it something else.
Yeah, lizard people.
Yeah, don't get any
copyrights.
The Slee Stacks Land of the Lost classic.
Land of the Lost.
That was like a classic one at Galvin. I love Land of the Lost.
Inspired by. Just say inspired by, and you're totally protected.
I've got box 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. I'm assuming to open box 1
Put him on the big screen. Put him on the big screen.
We're opening box 1 first, right?
Hell yeah.
Blade at. Cheers. I found my drink again.
It might be.
Cheers, baby.
Maybe I have a squirrel.
Let's see what you got.
Is Perry around here?
Where's Perry?
He's lurking.
Man, I'll tell you what, guys. Did you guys hear? I'm sure most of you have, but man, that story that I have for my Christmas Eve books, all the Silver Age, Fantastic Fours, and Avengers, Spider-Mans that I scored on. And still, there was good comic karma in there since I didn't actually, take 49, 50, 51, 52, which you could have. Still might happen. Who knows?
But even though Silver Age Fantastic Four, those are on the rise. They're just hard to get.
I mean, there was Silver Age Spider-Man in there. Oh, it was amazing.
That is awesome.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out my channel. I did
check
a video.
Out midnight.
Yeah, I'll probably bust them out tonight because I haven't put them away. But we're going to be going live tonight. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a letter.
Moira's son is one of the X-Men. He's part of the 5.
Can I read this out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Discovery Bay Comics. JB, thank you so much for being a part of the Comic Core family. Please accept these gifts from the Core. Thank you for the hard work and dedication you have shown this past year. We are so excited for 2020 and the host with the most to do the Comic Core game show. And you are amazing on Modern Men. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We love you, brother. Your family, the Comic Corps. Peace out and God bless. Package 1 of 2. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna have fun in 2020. 2020 is gonna blow your mind. Why are you guys even sending me something? Seriously.
For fun. Isn't this fun?
Yes, it is.
I think I
I'm
recognize
curious.
Marc.
Booby prize.
All right. Is there pull tabs? No. Who packaged this?
Yeah, somebody's gonna be a happy panda on Monday.
Yeah, Chad packing that shit.
Pull tabs. Come on, man. No, I'm
Oh,
gonna say it.
Chad. Where's Chad?
I recognize this book.
I don't know the color wrap. It's fascinating me.
Keep popping.
This is a 9.8 Killing Joke.
Damn.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, that's awesome.
Nice.
Is that the first print too? That's first print.
This is
Got
Interesting. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. That's very interesting that other box is not the size of a comic book.
How about that Mylar bag though? That Mylar bag.
Man, this Mylar bag is beautiful. I don't think
you gotta put that sexy Mylar.
Oh, pretty.
Let's talk that sheepskin for the first time.
I'm glad you got that Mylar bag, but can I just say, isn't it overkill putting a slab of Mylar?
No, it's
look how beautiful
But why not?
Look how nice that looks.
Look at how beautiful
It's
it
like
looks.
there's extra glare on it. Okay.
Drew
But is it
Mandry,
really
if
protected?
there's anything
Mylar
I
Magic
learned,
on a 9.8 slab, you still get Mylar Magic on it? I mean, like, wow.
if there's anything that you can learn from the great legend, it should be
Yes.
you never apologize for Mylar.
Never.
Oh, I'm not saying apologize for it.
Never
I'm
apologize
saying,
for glare. We never apologize for glare.
Ever.
Oh,
All that glare.
I always apologize for the glare
Nope.
because my shit's always in Mylar, except for my slabs because I don't see the point.
All right, this is box 2.
That one has the cat in it.
This is
a dead cat. Damn. Probably one of those cats from that horrible Cats movie.
your raptor damn cat again. Oh, one of my favorites.
Anyone see that Cats movie? That Gone Too Soon movie?
And we sure won't.
Just drop some knowledge while JB's slicing that
Yeah.
open here. Moira the Tiger's son Proteus is one of the X-Men. Yes, he's one of the 5 at the moment. And how he does not grow weak is he's being provided with Xavier clone bodies that he can just eat up. And he's a good guy.
You guys, man, you did not have to do this. Please tell me you got this from the guy. Like you tracked him down.
The guy with the thing and the stuff.
Got it from the core, man. That's all core.
There you go.
Nice.
Damn.
There's a story behind this. I don't know if you want me to share this story, but you guys did not have to do this. That was a charity thing. I was totally okay with not ever getting this. But thank you very much.
Well, that came from the core, and the man down there, that's not from fucking Sunshine. Fuck Sunshine.
That I mean, yes.
All core, man.
So,
That's all core.
you guys did not have to do that. Thank you very much, Comic Corps. I really appreciate that.
yeah.
This is going on display. You're gonna see it in this frame somewhere.
That's one of those numbers. That's
It's
one of them.
getting moved so I can put this display up. This is
That's
awesome.
one of them numbered. That's one of them numbered ones too.
This is awesome, man. Wow, thank you very much. You didn't have to do that.
We love you, JB.
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah,
Cat Ren's got her something coming, but you gotta wait till next week. Gone too soon.
Is it?
Thank you guys very much.
Wait, Legend. Is it
Whoa.
Is it like a
That dog
Indiana
roast-
Jones?
dog roast to print.
Is it like an Indiana Jones thing? Is it going to be like a Holy Grail?
No, I mean it was her holy grail,
Holy
and
Grail.
this guy right here, Mr. Galvin, he donated a little money for that holy grail, so it's coming soon. It's coming real soon to Cat Ren.
And I love your blanket.
Yeah, that scarf is on point.
This is
Yeah.
a scarf.
I know it is.
Everyone
I know
keeps
it is.
saying
That scarf's awesome.
I know.
Nice blanket.
I like to think
Thank
that
you, guys.
shirt is just a really aggressive turtleneck.
It's great. It brings out this. It brings out the beauty right here. It looks beautiful.
One thing about 2019 that was my favorite of 2019, out of all the books, out of all the TV shows, out of all the movies, out of any kind of like personal book I got, and I did get some pretty good Dark Shadows, and I got some pretty good books. Dark Shadows, little Jonah Hex stuff, but was going to Chicago and going to Baltimore to hang out with the comic book, man. That was so much fun to like meet everybody and stuff like that. I mean, that's like things that I told Chad, like those are some of the happiest times in my life that I'm going to remember until the day I die, was when I got to meet everyone on the core here. That was just the best thing, because it kind of takes all the books and all the physical materialistic possessions out of your hands, and what you have is real life people. And man, that was just something special. And and hopefully we could do it again at MegaCon.
MegaCon is where I'm
going. That was a lot of fun.
And I agree with you. I think we look back on this year and all of the wonderful moments, and there have been a lot of great moments, a lot of great streams, a lot of brought to tears with some of the stuff that I have seen on YouTube in the comic book community through the generosity of the community. But my single best moment was the first time I walked in that house in Chicago. The first time I walked in that house in Chicago and got to meet these people live in person, and you're shaking and hugging, and just like, that was just mind blowing. It was awesome. And when you get an opportunity to do that, I was like, yes, Baltimore, I'm in. I want to do this as many times a year as I possibly can, because that's how much fun it was, and how impactful it was, especially when you're walking around the con and you're seeing some of these people run into BLC, and oh man, it was great.
Hey Carson, do you remember what I told you, Carson, when I first met you? Real life. We were passing each other on the stairs.
No, there's newsstand.
I know, right when I saw Carson, I immediately said newsstand, and then I gave a big hug. It was so fun.
I was throwing JB in her, and everyone was just like, it's just so right. The energy in the air. But my favorite part is just hearing the stories about JB. He doesn't sleep. I don't know when this guy. What was the percentage, Mark?
I said I slept on the plane. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just slept for 8 hours on the plane, man. Come on.
98%.
No, 30%.
Yeah. That was with the uploading. It's still uploading. Hold on.
I will
Chris
tell you,
Barrett, I am a hugger. I can confirm.
the first time I met JB, I was seriously gone too soon. I had gotten up for water. This was the middle of the night. Everyone was already asleep. He's still sitting there at the table doing something on his computer. And all I hear is, "Hi, cat." And I swear I about ran into the door because I just that far, because I wasn't expecting anyone in the dark. I was like, "Oh, hi, Discovery. Hi, I'm drunk. Hi."
It's a long time to produce those early shows, man. I mean, it's come so far. I think the very first episode that I ever produced, like a video, I did it with PowerPoint, because I wasn't in it. I think one of the original ones, I was just doing slideshow, and I was talking over the top of the slideshow in PowerPoint, and those took forever to produce. So no, it's come a long way.
Can I give you guys just a best of moment real quick?
Cool.
And
it ain't gonna be the Shockmaster coming through that wall.
No, this one it stems like so. Monday, I was going to breakfast with my mom, and my uncle called and said that they couldn't get a hold of my grandpap. So I went out to his house, and unfortunately, he'd passed at 7:30 in the morning, and I found him at like 11. And this family here is the best thing. I mean, I talk to these guys every single day. And even like, it's so weird. Like, if you're like down in the dumps or shit, like, I think it was Christmas Eve, Drew and I are talking at 2:30 in the morning about wrapping paper.
Yeah, I wrap my kids' gifts in old Teen Titans books. Because I came home from a Christmas party and there was no wrapping paper in the house, and I was too drunk to get up in the attic where I knew there was some. It's like,
But-
he's like, I was like, I know there's some in the attic. He's like, go get it, and I was like, I'm calling too soon, man.
Oh,
But what I'm trying to say is, like, I guess of all the material things, the big boy books, the slabs, the variant, these guys and girls and Mark.
And Mark.
Thanks.
I mean, I love you guys a ton, and that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna let Carson back.
Back at you,
Good
Chad.
times.
We love you
Good
too,
times.
Chad.
Good times. Back at you.
Chad's got it.
There you go. See what's back.
One thing, see what I want to talk about is one of the
sure.
hottest shows on Saturday, right at that midnight, right when it turns into Sunday, is Robert the G Spot Galvin
Right here.
along Jeff
Killing
G.
it.
83, man.
Oh,
One of the
That's
best
the show.
I'm talking fucking Letterman.
You know?
That's Saturday night,
Shady
man.
Caliber, man.
You wait all week for that show.
Can we talk for a second about how we got the Jay Leno and the David Letterman of the comic book community on the show at the same time? We
The
got
Both late night
the
guys.
comic book show with a hook host, and we got Disco After Dark hanging out
Oh,
here
dude,
at
it's
the
too
same
fun. Come
time.
on.
Two of the best in the community with live shows
Thank
that
you.
focus on just hanging out,
Just
having a
hanging out and
time.
providing an opportunity for people to chat.
Yeah.
That's really what we're doing. We're like, shit, what? There's nobody on live right now? Oh shit, I'm going live, man. Come on. Let's go live. So,
I got something to show you though. You guys just might like. I just acquired these, and I'm very happy about them.
Let's see these.
Okay.
bad
I
boys.
have not read them, so I can't tell you the history.
if you guys want to show books, I got some books to show you.
I do have something to show you, and I think
All
I
right.
think you got some DC love in here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Let me mute Drew, and we'll get started.
Oh yeah. I know that series. That's Kirby.
Yeah, that's Kirby made his name over a Marvel,
Nice.
a real company.
Here's
Uh,
three,
Actually made it over at Timely, and it was in the
mm.
55.
Pretty
that's
dope, man.
book right there. That's sweet
Nice.
looking.
Not bad.
I've never read Forever People, but they're supposed to be really cool. Like,
Mhm.
isn't Calabac? Hey, Drew, isn't Calabac in the Forever People? Isn't it some dark
yeah,
side?
I don't know. Hey, look at that. JB's got real books.
Okay, you ready? You ready for this?
Jeez.
I won't tell you
I'm
the
just
story.
playing.
You'll
It's a
have to
great
go
Forever
back
book.
and hear the story. You'll have to go back and hear the story or tune in tonight because I'll probably tell one more time. But I'm just gonna tell you what this is. This is Strange Tales 150, the first appearance of Umar, the lady on the cover,
Very
Drew
nice.
Mamu's sister, but the first artwork at Marvel by John Buscema.
Very nice.
Oh, JD, take a shot wherever you are out there.
He's somewhere taking a
Mhm.
shot.
And
God, Buscema.
it's the first time that Doctor Strange's name appears in the title banner.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Then 151, and you remember this guy because I'm going to go back and find him because he's my friend now. Anybody who was there and you guys, the first artwork at Marvel by Mr. Jim Steranko, who, by the way, does not take selfies with anything but beautiful women.
I was standing right there. That was
He's
beautiful.
standing right there. Uh-huh.
Always run into Stranko. We ran into him at Baltimore, didn't we?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, JB's like, can I take a selfie? He's like, I only take selfies with beautiful women.
Beautiful
I said, yeah,
women
we were all
only. I'm
JB,
like,
go home and get your cosplay for tomorrow.
I can't complain with that.
Steranko looks me right in the eye and says, "No, that's a
That was part of my
terrifying idea."
Christmas Eve craziness. It was craziness when you come across books like this. I actually was one of those people that was at a house party and someone walked in and said, "Hey, my cousin said you're into comic books." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Hey," he said, I brought some." I said, "What do you got?" And he had a list on his phone. I looked at the list and went, "You have these here?"
Don't
He's
make
like,
that face.
"Yeah."
Be like, I'll take a look at them.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, and then I blew it because I told him to bring him in. And when he dropped him on the table, in the pool table, everybody in the house, all the kids started just grabbing at him. And they were all Silver Age, Fantastic Four. And I'm like, hey, give me that. No, hold on. Wait, just relax. Let me just get them together. Hold on. Just give that back to me. All right. No. And I'm just trying to get them all back.
Put them little bastards on timeout.
Oh, man. And the stuff he had in there was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, fantastic, incredible. That's how old Stan did them, didn't he? Astonishing.
Dude, all the Silver Age stuff was just awesome, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun.
You know what was also great is the Bronze Age and all the modern age stuff.
Bronze is just that's getting expensive, man.
This is getting real expensive.
Ooh, look at that bad boy. Now that is
I think I'm
awesome.
done with expensive books, guys.
I love those stories, those
This one's
mysterious.
from 1953, guys.
Mhm.
It's a really good story.
Damn.
This guy right here.
Mhm.
Is that Goldberg?
Yeah, that's who it is.
'Cause he keeps saying you're next.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Another good horror movie.
Man, I do love some good horror.
Marvel Tales.
Who
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
love good horror.
What's
at
that?
that, dude.
What's that reprint?
52.
No, but it reprints Spider-Man issue.
I think it's one of the Spider-Mans in the 50s with the early Kingpin appearance.
You know what? Holy shit! I think I have that book right here. It's going up for auction.
Is it?
Yeah, the real one. Hold on.
Whoa, what a,
Oh,
ooh, look at that Spider-Man right there.
Ooh.
Some older ones for you.
Wow.
And
Is that first Prowler?
Yep.
yeah.
65.
This is just remember I
Ooh,
did
I
the
like
spin
that
the
book.
wheel. I did the spin the wheel, and this lot never came up. But this was this amazing Spider-Man lot.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Damn.
Shocker.
He's
Got a shock.
shock master.
He's gonna shock ya.
Here's some Marvel love for all those Marvel lovers.
That's awesome.
These were this is a lot. This is eventually going to be sold, but this was an amazing Spider-Man Silver Age lot that I had. that I
No,
was
now
in the
what number?
auction.
Ooh, number
So it was actually
69.
69.
Nice.
So that one, that's
Okay.
a reprint of 69. I upgraded my copy of the Gibbon in Baltimore,
There you go.
Cool.
and then
Okay.
132.
That looks like Ramita Senior. I don't know if it is or not.
Oh, as a matter of fact, if you want to know that one,
Yeah.
hold on.
Ooh.
Let me just pull out the. You said Ramita, right?
Yeah, that Ramita Senior.
Here it is. Here's his first issue.
Oh, damn.
That's the first issue, John Romita Sr.'s historic run, which
Oh my
means that's Ditko's final issue.
Damn.
Before he quit
that is
Marvel.
So cool. That is so cool. So you're working on your Spider-Man run.
Oh yeah, I ended up spending the majority. I only bought 22 of the 124 books he had, and I didn't pick up any major keys except for maybe first appearance of Rhino, and that's what I picked up. But most of the money I spent was in Spider-Man because they're freaking expensive, man. Even in low grade.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the greatest superheroes of all time, Spider-Man, dude.
That's my niece's
She
favorite.
should have did is let those kids rough those books up a little bit so you get better prices on them.
Well, no, everything was low grade. Everything was low grade. That's all Mylar magic, man. But everything was.
Hey,
Everything
if you're
was-
running out of money, see what it'll tell you. There's always money in the banana stand.
Yep. You got it.
Yes, there is. Unless you burn it down.
Well, then you just burn down the money.
Burn it down.
I
Sam
just got
Tangle
one
that
Web
or
is not in the chat.
Yeah, I
Where
call
is he at?
Sam's Tangle Web.
Where the hell is he?
One show I just got.
Last episode of the damn year, and Sam's not in the chat. Sam, where are you?
Come on,
You
Sam.
watch this on the rewind. I'm very disappointed in you.
I did just got done watching, and I don't know if anybody's watched it, but I watched the second season of it. Lost in Space.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I want to
Oh,
watch. I
dude,
want to watch.
I
the
didn't
second
even
season.
watch the first season. It was a little slow for me.
Well, it is a little slow. I actually like the first season better than the second, but I mean, I finished watching it, and it was all right. It wasn't bad for a new.
Is it the new style, the new one?
Yeah.
Cool. Man, I gotta watch
It's
that. I've
not.
never seen
It's not terrible, but yeah.
I like the original quite a bit.
So do I. So
Check
do
out
I.
the new one.
All those classics are great.
I know Carson loves that original Star Trek The Next Generation. His favorite character is Wesley Crusher.
Shut up, Wesley.
That Will Wheaton.
That transitions us into our final quick segment. What's one thing you guys are looking forward to in 2020? And my one answer is going to be Picard.
Picard,
Oh, that's gonna be
Ooh, solid.
big time.
So I hope that's good.
The
Patrick-
Boys season 2.
That'll be good.
Season
The
2.
Boys season 2. I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Keanu Reeves Day.
Which one?
Keanu.
Oh yeah, he has two movies.
Legend's gonna go Black
thought it was
Lightning. I know,
2021.
right?
I know Keanu Reeves is hot right now because he is the skin. You can download the John Wick skin on Fortnite. Which
I tell you,
what else? I mean that's just a money
top
maker right
10
there.
movies. I love the John Wick series. Awesome.
They
Awesome.
are good movies. They're really good.
Oh my god.
Mine that I'm waiting for, the best thing in 2020 will of course be hanging out with y'all again. But as far as like a materialistic item or whatever that I really want to get in 2020 is the deluxe hardcover with all 12 issues of Drew Manchu's favorite title, Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, Doomsday Clock hardcover.
Wiggles, mixed scribbles, and masturbatory writers.
I know I could read it on DC Universe. I know I could read it on the app
right here. This guy right here.
Nice.
I know I can read the digital, but I want the fucking hardcover. I have all the Watchmen. I have my Watchmen's. Like,
Do not waste
Watchmen.
your money.
I have them in hardcover. I got to get Doomsday Clock hardcover. I just have to.
It's a
I love
bastardization
the
of the Watchmen universe.
Is that true? Is there going to be an Obi-Wan? I didn't know there was an Obi-Wan
Yes,
show.
there is.
Yeah, you.
Oh, there
you
is going to
McGregor.
be an Obi-Wan show.
Yep.
Yep. It'll be better than Wiggles, mixed scribbles.
Oh, for fuck's
If
sake.
it's as good as Mandalorian, then yes, I'm in.
All the backstory drops so far they've done for Star Wars. The Hospital story, Rogue One,
My last pick.
fantastic, hands down. I enjoyed them.
Those were great movies. Yeah, man, I like
Great movies.
Solo was good too.
It wasn't bad at all.
So it was really good.
I like Lando and Solo, the young Lando. He
So,
loves it.
Did you have one last pick?
so I'm definitely excited about what's coming out of 2020. Second season of The Mandalorian, second season of The Boys. A lot of big things coming out. But my last big pickup of 2019, and I got this thing on sale today.
Oh wow. Nice.
Boom.
Nice.
Incense burner.
That's pretty cool.
What do you need incense for?
That's pretty cool. Hey,
He
I use
likes
incense all the
incense.
time.
I like some Smaug the Dragon.
That's cool.
Hand-painted.
Smell that Jonah Hex pipe.
Ah, man.
Cat, that's really cool.
My dad said when I started burning incense, he said,
It's
"Are you
literally,
smoking pot, son?" What?
literally hand painted.
My daughter burns incense, and every time she does, I'm like, "You
Where
smoking
does the
drugs in there,
smoke
kid?"
come out of his mouth?
Gorgeous.
Does the incense come out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
That's pretty
that.
cool.
The bottom base right here is the incense burner, and then it funnels through like the gold and through his mouth.
Very cool.
Very cool.
I like that.
That's some cool shit right there.
But if you see the sticker, I'm very excited about that price.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Also, I'm a Barnes & Noble member, so I got that additional 10% off.
Nice. That's cool. I like that.
Hey, one last thing, Carson. 2020. What did y'all think about Matthew Parkman, aka the airplane guy, in Lost? And then you had the dude from Drive Shaft. A couple J.J. Abrams guys were in the Star Wars movie.
everybody.
Yeah.
I was kind of shoehorn Grunberg in there.
And if you're
Yeah,
acting
all
like you
those
see
guys.
people wearing
I'll be
expensive
honest,
clothes, you're in my book.
I'll be
Mhm.
honest, you guys, I'm really seriously looking forward. I'm just hoping they don't screw it up. I got a feeling they will. But I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. It's supposed to come out in 2020. Morbius. I want to see.
Oh,
Finally want to see that.
Right.
So I am looking forward to that. I'm hoping. What's the guy that played the Joker in the Suicide
Jared
Squad?
Leto.
Thank you. He's supposed to be playing the character. So I'm hoping they do it some justice.
He's a
Wonderful.
yeah, that dude's
fantastic
a
actor.
good actor. He's really good.
Yeah.
Everything's in line.
I'm looking forward to the New Mutants finally coming out, so we can
Yes,
see what
that's
kind of a
cool.
train wreck that movie ends up being.
Something I like about Drew, he just says it. I love it.
I give no fucks, my friend.
That's right. That's why I like you. That's awesome.
Let's talk about Morbius for a minute.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So Morbius's cast is going to be Jared Leto,
Yep.
but you also have Adria what's her name? Arjona.
Yep.
And
She's probably just gonna get bit.
its release date is scheduled for July 31st, 2020, this year.
Good shit.
It's also the director, Oliver Wood.
I don't like that cover, but it's good.
He's known for Die Hard 2, Born,
Yeah.
The cover.
and Freaky Friday.
Scotty Young, right?
Yep.
It looks good.
He's drinking a bottle of blood.
There you go.
What do you guys think about Bloodshot coming up next year?
Who cares? It's Valiant.
Cool.
I think I thought the trailer looked good, and then after I rewatched it, I thought it was a little CGI. Like,
yeah, I think it's going to be. You're right, Chad. I agree with you there. But for what it is, and I happen to like that actor as an action guy. I like him. But we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
I haven't read it.
The Rock's bitch.
I haven't read it since that foil cover, issue 1 that had that gold kind of foil cover, and that's the only issue I ever got. I never really got into it, but I'll go see the movie though.
Jason David Frank, right? They have for it.
no, it's
No, that was the online deal.
Okay.
It's isn't it the Rock's bitch?
Vin Diesel. Yeah,
Yeah, the Rock's bitch.
Oh,
Diesel.
nah.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's the Rock's bitch.
I got excited there for 2 seconds.
The Rock came in and stole his movie franchise from him because he's a little bitch.
Because that money. That money.
You make me laugh.
I don't know, man. The Chronicles of Riddick and stuff. Those are some good movies.
Yes, they are.
They were fun.
I really enjoyed them.
Yeah,
So-
I like Vin Diesel.
So
He's cool.
what's the first comic book movie of 2020? Is it
The worst?
Birds of Prey?
No.
Yeah. I think so.
2020? It's going to be New Mutants.
No.
No. Worst movie of 2020 is going to be The Grudge.
I didn't say worst or best.
He said first. He said the first. What's the
Oh,
worst?
first comic book movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
I believe
Yeah, I
it.
think it's Birds of Prey.
And then Wonder Woman, and then Scarlet Witch or Scarlet. Yeah,
I
right.
think New Mutants comes out.
Scarlet Witch
Black
is coming out
Widow.
on Disney. That's why I got
Black Widow.
it. Wasn't it-
Black Widow and then New Mutants.
So,
Black
I'm doing
Widow
my
could be great.
best Carson impersonation. I'm going to get to that chat. Rob Worson's still hanging out with us. We got Downright Nerdy Podcast. What's going on?
DNP.
Michael and Riley.
Thunder House Design is with us, and I wanted to say 1-2 Comic Talk. There's two people that said that they would be on the show too, and I gotta get down. You gotta get DNP on there
Yeah.
Absolutely.
on the game show because it is going to be epic. Carson, I'm
Yeah,
back.
that
Ready?
was fun.
Hot tag.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna bounce out too. I got to get ready for my show. If you guys are up late and you can't sleep, I'm gonna go Disco After Dark here at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern, and just go over some, just shoot the breeze with anybody who can't sleep. And if anybody's interested in popping in, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram, and I'll send you guys the link. And then tomorrow morning, I'm sorry to take over this, but tomorrow morning is the first time ever. Community pop-up shop marathon. We're starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. noon Eastern, and we're going all the way up until thorough BLC or Houdat or whoever is doing that 4 o'clock p.m., 7 p.m. auction. I'm going the whole day, and I got a bunch of sellers lined up, and I'm looking for more because they go pretty quick, actually. So if you haven't seen how we do a pop-up shop, if a guest seller just throws like 4 or 5 up against a short box, throws a little cards up, and then one card of what the round is, it's $1 a round, it's a $3 round, it's a $5 round, and we roll.
Cool.
That's good shit, man.
Anyway, I got to at least spend a little time with the kids, put them down before I go on late night, and thanks for having me. I appreciate you. Guys, you did not have to give me that stat. You didn't have to make up for that, but I really, really appreciate it, and it will be up on this display soon. Right? Peace out.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget, we had a good time.
Out there in Discovery Bay, California, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Cheers, everybody.
Easy,
Peace.
man. All right. So before we sign off here, I do want to go. Whoa! Why, hey, Chad.
That's a lot.
All right.
We need to find out what Robert Galvin's doing this weekend. You got your show coming up Saturday night?
Yes, I do have a show. We're just going to be talking best of 2019. The best
Dude, sweet.
we had, pretty much. Just me and Jeff. Be real nice.
Y'all got a damn good show, man. You and Jeff together are one of those, like, you know, Ed McMahon's and Johnny Carson's, or some Hulk Hogan's and Ed Leslie's. I mean, y'all are just two tango, man. Two tangos, man.
Thank you.
Hey, since
Like an Enzo Amore and a big Cass.
you know who the Enzo Amore is?
Oh, C. Woodard. We all know that.
Hey,
Who's
He's the realest one in the room.
exactly what Cat said.
He's some wrestler that doesn't even do much anymore. Just runs his mouth.
Here's what you
Andre
If you just think for a minute about what
Guys,
Seawood means
God, I
to
love
us,
Andre.
that's what Enzo Amore
Andre the
means
Giant.
to the
That's how
world.
big his hand was.
I know
That's
Andre.
big Andre's hand.
Just saying.
Well, yeah, he was in Princess Bride.
Yeah, that's how I know him.
One of your favorite movies.
I have a movie.
No, but I know someone who
I
that.
have a video coming out sometime soon.
Does it have George McFly in it?
No, but I've got a hot lead on a spinner rack.
Oh shit!
Those are becoming a thing now.
Are you one of those guys? What the hell's the deal with these spinner rack videos?
Same thing.
Go underneath it and look.
Yeah. Everyone's doing the spinner rack gimmick. I mean,
Remember when?
God damn, why don't we all just go to 7-Eleven and drink a fucking Slurpee? You're cool if you drink a Slurpee. Woo-hoo. I will drink a Slurpee.
Repeat that statement.
Everybody likes a good spinner.
So, hey, do you guys want a
It's
couple
true.
samples of the here? And the chat can do it too. I'll give you
Are you
some.
going
Of
to 3D print a spinner rack?
I hope so. I hope
That'd be a lot of. That'd be a lot of.
so.
That'd be a lot of film.
Please do, because that would
But-
just make 2020 magical.
Okay, here are some samples of the questions that we have.
Uh-oh.
Is it a picture of the question?
No, these are just some of them, right?
Sage.
Some of them are pictures of the question.
Superman's alter ego, as most well known, is Clark Kent. He grew up in Smallville, Kansas, attending
I would say Kal-El is his alter
attending
ego.
which church with his mother until he was 14 years old.
Latter-day
Smallville
Saints.
Presbyterian,
Who cares?
Smallville Baptist.
Church?
No, so these are trivia questions that prove that like they're difficult enough if you've actually read comics that you should know. So, like for example, it was Action Comics 850 in August of 2007 established that Clark's religious roots are Methodist.
Methodist.
Damn, I would have never fucking thought of that.
Wow.
And in
Give me another-
Scientology was incorporated in 1953, whereas Superman was created in 1933. Matter Eater Lad was.
What does that have to do?
I went deep into these questions, man. Like,
Are you
Deeper
talking
than
about
you
that?
ever
Okay,
want to
here,
go.
here's another one.
What's
in
his
Disney-
favorite flavor of icy?
Let's
In
look
Disney,
Cherry.
in Disney Studios' DuckTales, who is the criminal gang with alternative name that is continually trying to rob Scrooge McDuck of his
Eagle Boys.
You're not supposed to.
It's a big old
He answered it.
Oh,
Great.
I'm sorry. Okay, I fucked
Oh,
up.
The villain
wasn't-
Deadshot is often portrayed as an assassin for hire, wearing a red jumpsuit, trench coat, and metal faceplate. Where did he do his dirty work?
Bel Air.
Floyd.
He's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
His name was Floyd Lawton, and he did his dirty work at Iron Heights Prison. No, he did his dirty work for the Suicide Squad.
And he first appeared in what?
Fresh Prince of Bel Air, number one.
Champions book, the first new new
Parents just
Suicide.
don't understand. Issue number 3.
Batman 59, 1950.
God, he's that old, huh? Floyd Lawton, rest in peace.
And I mean, they're across the board. I mean,
He was just in Gemini Man.
Marvel's 2-in-1 was the title that, in vein of Marvel Team Up, featuring the Thing and special guest star in every issue. In issue number 100, the final issue of the series, the Thing teams up.
The Thing teams up with the Thing. He teams up with the Thing. It's the version of the Thing without the rocks though that he's going up against, so you get to see that skin, that kind of weird skin under the rock. Good question.
How about next? You find a group of people who fight crime by very unusual means. One of them can fly, one can pass through walls, one of them named Wolverine. What are they called?
The Uncanny X-Men, my friend.
There you go. See, there's some easy, some hard, right?
Keep going. Say some more.
We're gonna run out of questions, Legend.
No,
I'm gonna bank a few.
okay, here.
He's got a million.
Jean
I
Grey.
guarantee.
Oh, that's Storm.
Okay, here. Who is credited for the creation of the Cyberforce?
Cyberforce.
Liefeld.
No, it was. Don't tell me Silvestri.
Yep.
Yeah, Marc Silvestri. Image Comics.
All right.
Cyberforce.
What was the sister title to the comic book Mad?
Cracked.
Panic.
That was correct. Panic.
Oh, Panic. Yeah,
Oh,
Panic.
Yeah.
Galvin, you remember Panic, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
The one
Cracked was the
You just said crack.
alternative.
I'm like, what?
Okay. What dark costume character has the ability to open rifts into the shadow dimension?
The Phantom Stranger.
Nope.
Spectre?
Sideways.
Nope.
Wasn't Spectre?
Is it Marvel or DC?
I mean, this is a question. You can't ask for hints, man.
Say it again. Say it again.
What dark costumed character has the ability to open rifts into?
No, is that cloak?
I would have to say Cloak.
Is that cloak?
There you go, Cloak.
Okay.
All right.
He said dark character. Is that like racist? I mean, yeah, he's black, but what makes him
Yeah.
dark?
Ew.
Was it Black Lightning?
The dark.
I mean, yeah, why you gotta say dark and the character's a black character?
Okay, go on. Go on.
Okay, Tarzan the Ape Man is a famous.
Edgar
comic.
Rice
Do you know
Burroughs.
the name of Tarzan's son,
Jane.
who was also a famous comic character?
Oh,
All right,
Yeah,
Cat.
Zero.
Tarzan's
sorry.
Is it Zaymot?
Korak. Korak appeared in 2 comics and had his own in 1912.
His boy in
Of
the show
course.
is called Boy.
Um,
I
This grandfather and grandson combo lived in a bunker called Command D. Who
okay,
was-
so
Mandy.
Yeah, that's right.
in what issue did Nova Richard Rider first appear?
Nova
that
number
would be
1.
issue 1. Yeah, number 1. Yeah, the first one.
Roger Winkle and Monica Rambeau share the same costumed code name. What is it?
Spectre?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn.
Just before coming home, you land in another environment. You can see another group of people fighting crime. One of them is Superman. Who is the group?
Justice League.
There you go. In the comic The Big O, Roger Smith. Roger Smith's number 1 nemesis shares a name of what popular singer?
Cher.
Nope.
Celine Dion.
Prince.
Beck.
Oh, okay.
Beck's not a popular singer anymore. You need to rewrite that question.
Oh,
Here, this one's gonna be tough. This one's a tough one. The character Riptide is a member of what team?
Riptide?
Yep.
Is that a Youngblood?
West Coast
Damn,
Avengers.
dude. Yeah.
Teams.
Youngblood. I haven't read that shit in years.
If
I
someone
I remember
said
Bedrock.
Spawn, what might you say?
What?
Stefan.
What?
This one doesn't. This one was stupid. Nobody's gonna get this.
No. Tell me. Say it again.
Say that.
Phone.
Boom?
Banana phone.
Buffoon?
It's Squadratront.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't speak that language.
It's a language from in Marvel, but which character was discontinued after DC sued the publisher for copyright infringements?
Captain Marvel, Shazam.
Finally, which of the following artists has an award named after him? Dick
Eisner.
Jerry Robinson, Gil.
Will Eisner.
Go Ringos, baby. Love those Ringos.
Finally,
Johnny Ringo, you retired too.
only one of us is going to get out of here alive, and it won't be me.
Is that Tango and Cash?
Captain America.
I love that fucking movie. Kurt Russell.
What image character can be best compared to DC Superman?
Supreme.
Yep.
Rob Liefeld Supreme.
In his 1966 book, A Sign for Cain, Dr. Wertham
Billfinger.
Hey.
compares Superman to whom?
Jesus.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey
Oh,
Jesus.
all right, that was one of those weird ones. One of them kind of like psychology things, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Let me see. Which creative and an editorial masters is most closely associated for the frontline combat and two-fisted tells?
Could that be our good friend Joe Kubert?
That's my guess.
Harvey Kurtzman.
Harvey person.
Okay, that was probably one of them. That was a hard one, dude. I don't really know much about that age. How about this? Who was the very first Blue Beetle? Cat, do you remember? The initials are D and G. It's Dan Garrett. Okay, Cat, who's your favorite Blue Beetle? T.
Jaime Reyes.
Oh, you like Jaime? I like Ted Cord. Ted Cord's my
I like
favorite.
Ted Cord also, but Jaime Reyes mostly because of the animation.
How about this? Name Galactus's first herald.
Name his best herald. Better question.
How about Nova? Or are you talking about Nolan Red?
Nolan Rad, the best. Yeah, the best. Yeah, I fucked up. I don't know much about Silver Surfer.
Dazzler.
Oh, Dazzler, she's cool.
But is rough.
What? That's
Chad, how about this one? Who's the hottest character in the Fantastic Four?
Johnny
The
Storm.
hottest character. That's right, Human Torch. That's kind of just a fun one.
Sue Storm. I already.
Yeah, I think she was hot, but you really can't see her.
Yeah, that's right.
I got one. Who's the John Cena of the Fantastic Four?
Oh, don't. It ain't no Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm ain't no Cena. That's for damn sure. Oh, Sue Storm, you can't see me yet.
Where I'm trying to.
Try hard.
This is an easy one. Flash Gordon is a science fiction superhero who battled intergalactic villains. Who among the following is one of the master villains?
What is that guy's name? The dude that was in Exorcist played him. The old preacher. He played that villain. Fu Manchu or something.
It's Ming.
Ming.
Oh, Ming
the
the
Merciless.
Spider-Man, created by Stan Lee, is a popular masked fighter against crime. What is the name of Spider-Man's wife?
Mary Jane Watson.
See, they're easy too.
Mary Jane Parker.
What kind of black? Oh, here's one for you, Legend. In what? Oh, and Drew, since it's his favorite character, in what issue did John Constantine first appear?
I don't know. Shitty
Swamp
comics
Thing.
number shit.
Oh,
Number
come
2.
on, man. I thought you liked this. All right. Carson knows this better. I know the cover.
No,
It's a yellow
fuck
cover. And he's kind of
Constantine.
coming out. Is it issue 39? Swamp Thing 39?
Carson?
That's 37, right?
There you go.
I don't have that issue, but if anyone has it, send it my way.
Oh yeah, 33 was the cameo of Rob Worst. Yes, first full is.
Tell me
37.
that sexy girl,
here.
Abigail Arcane. Where's her first?
All right. Literally, this is
so
for
fine.
Legend.
33 is a good Abigail.
In
Okay, let's see.
In 1964, Charlton Comics revealed a version of which character with an alter ego archaeologist, Dan Garrett, who obtained his mystical powers while working in Egypt.
Moon Knight.
Charlton character. That would be Captain Atom, I believe, issue 83, first appearance of Ted Cord, Blue Beetle.
It was Mystery Men #1, Blue Beetle.
That's Dan Garrett. I thought you said, did you say 64? Did you say
I said
64?
in 1964.
Well, shit, Dan Garrett, Blue Beetle, that's in the fucking 30s or something. That's golden age. Mystery Men 1, though. I guess Garrett, okay, you're just talking about Garrett's Silver Age appearance, yeah.
In Fantastic Four 48, Galactus acquires a herald in exchange for not destroying his planet. The Silver Surfer is born, but which planet was saved? Mr. Galvin?
That was Earth. No, it wasn't Earth. It was his home planet. Damn it.
Zenla.
His home planet.
That's it.
I have no clue. Yeah.
Zenlar.
Zenla.
Zenla, gone too soon. Or not.
Not gone soon enough.
No.
Galactus should have ate it and we'd have been fine.
And this In this classic Fantastic Four issue, the Skrulls got turned into a farm animal. Name that farm animal.
Cow.
Cows. I love that issue. It's so good. It's one of my favorite issues.
Donald Duck is one of the most popular characters created by Walt Disney. Who among the following is a relative of Donald? You have Mickey Mouse.
No.
Scrooge McDuck.
Yes.
Wait, no. Yeah, that's
Yeah. He's his uncle or cousin
Yeah.
or whatever.
His name is actually Donald McDuck.
And Dewey.
okay. Calvin and Hobbes is a popular
He
comic.
changed it because the Irish weren't getting jobs.
Kid with his tiger toy. Who created the series?
Fuck, I know this.
Calvin and Hobbes was Watterson.
Was it Gary Larson?
Oh my God, Drew's on point.
Yeah, you said Larson, didn't you?
Watterson.
Watterson.
Oh,
In what
Watterson. Okay.
issue did Lex Luthor first appear?
Lex Luthor #1, the Luthering. Year of the Villain. Lex Luthor, Year of the Villain #1, the Luthering.
Action Comics 23.
Damn.
Currently, the book is worth $10,400 today, and that's not a 9.8.
And he's got red hair.
Creepy hair.
'Cause he's a ginger.
DC's Comics Vertigo imprints has boasted a number of successful and critically acclaimed titles. Which of
Really?
the following Vertigo titles actually made it to its 100th issue?
Hellblazer.
Sandman?
Damn,
It
dude,
was
you didn't even give me a chance to say it. Yeah, it was Hellblazer.
Yeah, because when I hate on Constantine, they're like, it made it more than 100 issues. I'm like, there are a lot of shitty books that made it more than 100 issues.
Who killed Bolivar Trask?
Mystique.
Master Mold.
Master Mold. To be honest, Bolivar Trask died more than one time in multiple timelines. So
Okay, I'm sorry, man.
that's okay.
Who
Master Mold did
republished
kill
the
Trask.
majority of the EC line in hardcover?
What now? What was the question?
Who republished the majority of the EC line in hardcover?
Those are those EC archives. I'm either going to say IDW or Dark Horse.
Ross
Dark Horse.
Russ Cochran.
Oh, one of those Craig Yo types. One of those guys.
Hmm.
Oh.
And in Neil Gaiman's version of the Sandman, there was an appearance by a clunky Simon and Kirby version. In which storyline did he appear?
Yeah, it's an awkward question. Can you repeat that?
There was an appearance by the clunky Simon and Kirby.
It had to be based off Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Was it a clunky Captain America type robot or something?
Yeah. In which storyline did he appear as this character?
Dude, I have no clue, but that's the weirdest shit ever.
North World?
Dollhouse.
Holy crap.
What
Sorry,
color?
I don't read
What color
Flowers
is
in
the
the
cape
Attic.
of Fantastic Four villain Doctor Doom?
What?
What color is the cape of Doctor Doom?
Green.
Mhm.
See, super easy questions, right?
Does Mickey Mouse have a tail, or does Mickey Mouse not have
I'm
a
gonna call
tail?
you guys. I'm gonna call it. I have to go.
All right.
Thank you for having me. I had to come on here at the end of 2019. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work.
Peace out, Galvin.
We'll see you, Galvin. Take care, man.
Have a good one.
See,
Mickey Mouse has a tail sometimes.
Midnighter.
The original Mickey had a tail.
all right. Here's the last question I'm going to ask,
I've
and
got
it's a
question.
Marvel-based question, and everybody gets a chance. The Hulk is essentially non-religious. However, the marriage of his alter ego, Bruce Banner, may provide some clues to as his religious affiliation. What was Banner's wife training to become prior to their union?
A rabbi.
His wife.
None.
How'd you know that, T-Wood?
That was. Well, what are the other options? Well, I actually think it was in that Peter David story. I wasn't around the 400s.
Yeah, she was training to be a Catholic nun.
Peter David, good Hulk there.
The character
She got
helpful,
Hulk smashed. Yeah.
What was your question, Kat?
All right, my question is, of course, we all know they're now in the same technical universe, owned under the same company, but Donald Duck and Howard the Duck started a lot of controversy and a little bit of a legal dispute. What character came out of their disputes from another publishing company?
Darkwing Duck.
No.
Let's get dangerous.
A duck? Is it a duck?
It is a duck. It is a duck.
Daffy Duck.
Disco Duck.
Think
Chris
destruction. I'll give you a hint.
Destroyer
Destruction.
Duck. Thank you, David Enrique.
And the famous lawsuit issue.
I have no clue.
Alf the Duck.
Destroy your duck. We already said it.
It's not Howard the Duck.
I heard it. It was
Howard
Destroy-
the Duck gained the power of the Sidorak in what Marvel spin-off series from this year?
I didn't read it. Number one.
I didn't care to read it.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, baby. The
I
unstoppable Howard the Duck. Come
I
on.
forgot.
All right, so
Oh,
here's how the game
What is Sting's real name?
in the raster.
Steve Gordon.
Steve Gordon, he got it.
wrestler.
So here,
Steve Gordon's in the
we'll
rafters.
do one round, and the team is Legend and Kat versus Carson and Drew.
Okay, here we go.
We got this.
Stuff.
Drew, you each get 3 questions, and they're
Okay.
random. Question number 1 for Legend and okay, so it's Family Feud style. So Legend, it's first goes to you, and then if you don't get it, then it goes to Drew, and if he doesn't get it, they have a chance to steal.
I'm supposed to name off his
Okay,
name.
I feel all right. What is it?
Jane Foster was a nurse who developed fillings for the doctors she worked for, and later on became a physician herself. Where did she practice as an RN?
I don't know, man. You got to ask Donald fucking Blake. I don't know that one.
All right,
Drew, it goes to Drew.
Drew.
What's a big hospital in New York? NYU.
St. Ivy's, and it was in Journey into Mystery in 1984. I mean, in
Hey, but
issue number
shouldn't have Cat got a chance though?
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck. You're right.
But don't worry.
That's why
All right, that's
JB's
just a
hosting this
fucked up
show and not
question.
you.
Okay,
Drew,
Kat and Carson. There once was a comic book entitled "World's Finest."
Who's playing music? I can't hear. I
They're
can't
playing
hear.
Family Feud theme.
World's Finest comic created in 1940. It starred 2 of DC's comics' most popular character. Which pair of superheroes headlined World's Finest comics?
Superman, Batman.
It was my question.
I said me. Sorry, I was playing the music and didn't hear whose
I
question it
was
was.
answering.
All right,
Answer it.
all right.
That's what
Batman,
JB's supposed.
I was answering. Legend. Don't.
She's taking it so seriously, and Mark
I
is
know.
laughing so hard.
All right.
Cat Wren would have got that. Cat Wren knew that when Carson just like said it when he
An
was-
easy question. We
Here,
get where did a tertiary character study her undergrad, and she gets who's the world's finest.
Wait a minute. That was their question first. They passed it to us. So I figured the second question naturally would have been our question.
It's true. It should have been.
It should have been.
Family Feud.
I fucked up.
This is why JB's hosting.
Yeah, I just did. Okay, the Phantom is a masked fighter of crime. What is he popularly known as?
Are you talking about what is he popularly known as? Cat Wren, what do you think?
Oh, are we allowed to do phone a friend? I didn't think we're allowed to do that.
If you miss, then it goes to Carson.
Well, I don't want to answer now because now I feel all self-conscious.
Just answer it.
What was he known as? See, I can't remember that movie that well.
The gray.
And I never read his comic book either.
So okay, Carson.
Gray ghost.
Can I read the chat? Gray Man says the ghost who walks.
Shit, you're right.
Thank you, Gray Man. I phoned a friend.
So the Ghost who walk. Are we talking about Phantom, the Billy Zane, the purple character?
Yes,
Yeah, it was a comic book.
Damn.
it was a comic strip.
Dude.
All right, Drew,
I'm
your question. Oh my
Yes.
God!
Ask it. Ask
How
away.
did Wolverine track the Red Ghost?
By smell?
Yep, he was smelling the vodka on his breath.
The
All right.
vodka?
Vodka.
Yeah, well, he's Russian. He's got to drink vodka.
All right, Legend. In what issue did Batman first appear?
I'm not a big Batman fan, but I'm going to say Detective Comics 27.
Uh-oh. Okay, for the tie, Cat. He's right. You guys are up. Here we go. And although I don't know. That was stupid. Which of the following is the real identity of a DC character? Tony Stark, Stan Lee, Bruce Banner, or Barry Allen?
Barry Allen.
Oh, come on.
That's Carson.
Stupid.
Carson
Oh,
got
I'm
Carson
right.
threw his hands up.
That was stupid easy though.
All right.
Chad was looking for that
It's
DC
just
question.
random. Ready? Okay. Benjamin Jacob Grimm is a rock-solid founding member of the Fantastic Four. What religious roots are indicated
I
by
know
his
it,
name?
but I think that's Drew. It's Drew's turn, right?
It's Carson's.
What was
Oh,
the question after all that?
Benjamin Jacob Grimm is a founding member of the Fantastic Four. What is his religious roots?
I think he's Jewish.
Dude,
That's it. Carson got it.
tiebreaker. All right. Okay, which of the following? Oh, that's
Who cares?
what? What'd she say?
Who cares?
Cares.
Who cares about a comic book character's religion that they were?
But I gotta
Because there's a sad story about having big rocky fingers and not being able to spin the dreidel properly.
Okay, but honestly, answer me this question in the chat. Who cares what religion I am? No one cares.
like, do you know how you got to find these questions that are to make them at least difficult to a degree.
Yeah.
So what's the tiebreaker? What's another tiebreaker
It's
question?
a rough question though.
Hold on, I gotta go to my third
I'm
page.
sorry, Chad. I apologize.
That's all right.
It's-
One of the world's
That's my favorite question.
You can give me some hard, weird.
all right.
crazy
The world's first comic book, Funnies on Parade. On Parade was published in 1933, and by 1948, its successors were being blamed for nearly every ill that plagued society. Magazine articles with titles like "Horror in the Nursery" argue that the illustrated tales were poisoning youthful minds and inspiring violent crime. Which of these anti-comic measures was not taken in the U.S. in 1948? Several schools organized the burning of comic books. The sale of certain comic books was banned or restricted in some areas. Some stores selling comics were boycotted, and the publications of obscene comics was made a federal crime.
The federal crime, yeah.
Yep.
I read about that in my Reefer Madness book because they were allowing all those old cop stories that had to do with like people taking drugs and stuff. Good stories though.
Who is the only person that can travel between both universes, DC and Marvel?
Oh, I know that one.
Go ahead, Carson. Close it out.
Excess.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
That's it. So they're not bad questions, right?
No, those are just, some of those are some tough questions.
DC. And here's one that I thought was hard. And Legends are gonna laugh. In DC's Omega Men #3 marked the first appearance of Lobo, an over-the-top character who's specifically created to be a parody of an extraordinary popular Marvel comic character, which is
Wolverine.
There you go.
Yeah. You can always tell, like, that was just such a copycat. Like, that character, I mean, it looks just like Wolverine, kind of with face paint if you go to his Weapon X hair, that, like, animalistic hairstyle again. Carson, why don't you close us out, man?
Oh man, yeah. I think this is our longest show we've had for a while. So big thanks to everybody in the chat. We still have the Gray Man in the chat. Thunderhouse Design, thank you so much for joining us. Chris Barrett, he's been here since the very beginning. As actually a lot of these people have. Dragon Majesty still in the chat. John's Comics with Kids talking about spell check, of course, because he's got to spell check them kids, of course. Rob Worst
good trivia
all night. Bub's Comics, he's been in there. We got to get him on the show one of these days.
Bub's got one of the best damn just announcing voices ever, man. He's really awesome. He's a great person.
David Enrique still.
Dave Enrique too, man. I love Dave Enrique. Damn, I didn't check the chat myself. These are good people in here.
Yeah, great chat tonight. Anybody else want to do any last shout outs? Legend, we'll start with you.
For me, man, I got to give a big shout out to our brother Bob World. I know, just hell, a big shout out to a lot of people in the whole comic book community. Holidays are, you get on Facebook, right? I mean, this is the most fucked up thing, but it is what it is in the digital reality we live in. You get on Facebook, you see these people like have all these Christmas gifts and they're talking about all this shit they got and all this kind of stuff, and look at this big haul, and I had to carry all these fucking gifts in and my back now hurts and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, man, some people don't have a lot of gifts. Here's what I got. I got a new fleece jacket. Awesome. I got some white socks, because I always wear white socks, and I got, Amazon gift card and a Starbucks gift card, and I don't even drink coffee. So, I mean, it ain't about all that kind of stuff like presents and all that shit. But then there's people out there on Facebook that, man, they've lost someone recently, they've lost a family member, or like some bad stuff's happening, or you may have had some bad times in the holidays in the past, and then so when the holiday season comes around, it's going to cause a lot of sad feelings and stuff like that. So I just want to lift up all those people that have had like a rough holiday, and just let y'all know that I'm praying for y'all. I think about y'all all the time, and I love each and every one of you. So if you are having those bad times, fucking shoot me a PM, talk to me, and I'll try to turn that frown upside down. And that's about it, man. 2020 for life. I may do a video tomorrow morning sometime. I don't know what time, but I may go live and talk about some of my things again that I liked in 2019, and some of the things I'm looking forward to 2020.
All right. Well, thanks once again, great legend. Drew, any final thoughts for tonight?
Oh, final thoughts for tonight. I just want to tell you guys that I've had a great 2019. You guys were all a part of that. A lot of people in the chat were a part of that as well. I feel like I really came into my own as a video creator, doing some reviews on the channel here. Also doing a new show over in the S&B network called the Cantu Manchu Review Crew, where we review a single book a week with Jason Cantu. And probably last week's Doomsday Clock issue is probably going to be our last issue for the year. I don't see us doing another one on New Year's Day. So stay tuned for more reviews on this channel and reviews on that channel going forward into next year. I want to do more content next year. But I would think I'm probably the most opinionated member of the Comic Corps by a far margin. And if you guys want to hear me yell at Jason Cantu for about 45 minutes about how terrible Doomsday Clock is and how I respect him less for liking it, be sure to go over to the S&B network and check out that review. We had a lot of fun. And it's gaining a little bit of traction. So go check that shit out. I thought it was good. We had fun doing it, and I have fun doing that all the time. And anybody else who reviews books wants to be a part of that show, wants to jump on there and talk about a book with us, I think we're going to start bringing on some guests in the coming years. So could be a fun thing to do. Beyond that, man, I love you guys, and I can't wait for MegaCon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kat, Mark, what about you guys? Any final thoughts?
2019 was a pretty great year for our relationship. There were a lot of ups and a lot of downs for the year as a whole, however, but definitely always had the core to hold it down. Chad, I'm not gonna lie, you did have me tearing up here earlier in the episode. Just talking about some emotional stuff. But the core definitely has been a family unit, definitely has been something to fall back on if I'm just having a rough day or if something's just not quite right and I just need to vent. That's definitely been a great thing. Like Legend and I always jokingly say, the core is like the saw, and the saw is family. I know Carson's already like, oh gosh, really? They're already throwing in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2
I
references.
love those fucking movies.
Because we have a lot of those in our own private chats. But the core has been a really great thing to be a part of last year plus for both Mark and I. I know we've had a hell of a fun time with it. And even if we're just having a rough week, it's fun to come on and to hang out with a bunch of nerds, whether we agree or disagree on a book. We are family and we're having a hell of a time, and I'm loving it, and I'm definitely looking forward to what 2020 brings for the core as a whole. And Mark, you have something to say, bub?
You guys are actually like final thoughts for like any movies that Kate does not want me to get. I don't know. I'm trying.
What is that? I said,
And back to the box with you.
I worked.
How about you, Chad? What are you painting? Were you using invisible paint up there?
No, I'm finishing. Oh yeah.
Dude, I love that, dude.
Looks great. He's invisible. Why?
Oh, you can see.
Dude, if you put
Is
some
it-
paint on your nose right now, your nose will disappear.
You just see his ears.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna do something. Let me see if this
Dude,
works.
he's Predator version.
Hold on.
Active camo.
No,
Hold on.
You guys
I'm gonna
are
try
awesome.
I'm gonna try something here.
I love you guys. You're awesome.
We love you too.
Oh, we love you too, Mark.
Thanks, man, Mark. You are one of the best, man. There he is.
Come on this show. It's
For
great.
this. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Put that up on the big screen. Let's show
Yeah.
the gorgeous.
I get it, Chad.
Move it over.
I can't see
There you
shit.
That's
Aw.
the baby.
Look at that little guy.
baby.
Oh, look at that.
And then
The child.
these little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I'm looking forward to this game show. I'm looking forward to some of the other things that we have in store. I'd like to see some more people do some more content, and yeah, I like hanging out. I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a shitty ass mood tonight, and I like agreed with everything Drew said tonight, so I must be
You're
sick.
fine. You're fine.
You must be smarter than you used to be.
I spent a lot of time.
Had a moments of personal growth in the last few days, apparently.
I mean,
But,
I think everyone loves Hickman. I mean, fucking A. Hickman is
Yeah,
Hickman. I mean,
Hickman,
how
come
about
on.
that?
The
Hands
one thing
up,
I can
back
do, guys,
down
hey,
again.
is if you guys want to, we want everybody to be a part of this quiz show. Trust me, there's going to be prizes for everybody. It might not be a slab book, it might be something meaningful from us. We want you guys to be a part of it. Hit us up on our Instagram, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on our email. Whatever you guys want to do, we want you to be a part of it. And Drew, I was going to say, have you say Drew Manchu, baby, but hey, Legend, take us out.
Yeah, Legend, you say Drew Manchu,
right,
baby, instead.
Well, Carson, you got any final thoughts?
I'm good.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
fans, thank you so much for watching Comic Core Off the Rails. Monday through Friday, and hey, even sometime on Saturday and Sunday, we got all the content that you ever going to need. And all you got to do is subscribe, hit the like button, click on the bell icon to know when the Comic Core is live. This is the great legend of Florida Comic Core. We saying peace out. God bless.
All day, every day. Baby.
Drew Manchu, baby.